A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
American.
Lucky Strike, and Lucky Strike alone, offers you important evidence gathered in the tobacco country by the world-famous Crosley poll. This evidence reveals the smoking preference of men who really know tobacco, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen. Here's what the Crosley poll found.
For their own personal smoking enjoyment, independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike, first choice over any other brand.
Their overwhelming preference for Lucky Strike, we believe, has a direct relationship to the quality tobacco we purchase for Lucky's and to the real, deep-down smoking enjoyment you may expect from fine tobacco. And when these veteran tobacco experts name Lucky Strike first choice for their own personal smoking enjoyment, then you know.
LSMFT. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. So smoke the smoke tobacco experts smoke Lucky Strike. Remember,
independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike, first choice over any other brand.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston Hilaire as Rochester Dennis Day and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, since time immemorial, man has tried to achieve fame. We can't bring you a man who has left his footprints in the sands of time, but here's one who left his footprints on Truth or Consequences, the walking man, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Bing Bong Bell talking. And, Don, am I glad this contest is over. For 8 weeks, all I did was walk. Walking up and down again. Walk. Walking back and forth again. Boom. Walking day and night again. Boom. Walk. That's all I've been doing.
Jack.
Walking.
Jack, control yourself.
I wanted to break the monotony. I tried to run. They wouldn't let me. I tried to crawl, hop, skip, jump, anything. But no, I had to walk. I've got a bunion so big that next week it's going to have its own show. Stella Callis. Portia faces Dr. Soul. Oh, Don, what I went through.
Well, Jack, what are you complaining about? It was a very exciting contest. Everybody had a lot of fun, and it certainly didn't cost you anything.
It didn't, eh? I wore a hole in my shoe and lost 80 cents. Some fun.
Well, what puzzles me is that with millions of people trying to guess who the walking man was, how did they manage to hide your identity?
Don, you'll never know the trouble we went through to keep it a secret. Every Saturday night when Ralph Edwards went on the air, they picked me up in a big black limousine with the curtains drawn and drove me to a mysterious hideout. The loneliest places they could find where I'd be all alone.
No.
Yeah. Don, hey, it was good acting. I didn't know he could do it. Try, say that again, Don.
No. Oh. For 1 week. No, Don, you've never seen. Come here.
You've never seen such mysterious hideout. One week they took me to an old deserted house at Malibu Beach. Another time they took me to an old abandoned stable. One night they even took me to a theater that was showing The Horn Blows at Midnight. I mean, what eerie places. I've never had 8 weeks of...
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. I was just telling Don about the walking man contest, what experiences I've had.
Did you tell Don what happened last night when that lady guessed who it was? How you tried to kill yourself?
Mary.
Tried to kill himself? Why?
Well, Jack misunderstood the rules. He thought he was supposed to get all those prizes.
I didn't want all of them. I would have been satisfied if they'd just given me that diamond ring. That $1,000 diamond ring. But what prizes? A ring, an airplane, a boat, an automobile, a 3-room trailer. I tell you, Mary, it's a good thing the contest ended last night.
Why?
Because next week they were going to give away the Golden Gate Bridge, Boulder Dam, and Judy Canova. Believe me, Mary, these last few weeks have certainly been hectic. You know, I've not only been the walking man, but I've had to make speeches at a lot of dinners. The Al Jolson dinner, Kay Kaiser, Luella Parsons.
I know, Jack. I was at the Parsons dinner with you.
Oh, that's right. You see how mixed up I am, Mary? I don't know.
Say, Mary, I saw pictures of that affair in the paper, and I want to tell you that was a beautiful evening gown you were wearing.
Well, thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
Mary, I'm the one who complimented your dress. Why did you thank Jack?
He made it.
Yes, sir.
Why, Jack, I didn't know you could sew.
Oh, he's a dare on a singer.
You're darn right. Just give me a pattern, 2 yards of material, oil my bobbin, and watch me go. But you're right. You're right, Don. Mary really did look beautiful at the Luella Parsons dinner.
And, Don, you should have been there. George Jessel was master of ceremonies, and he made the funniest speech.
Funny speech when he got 2 laughs. Little ones yet.
Then Eddie Cantor got up, and he entertained for 20 minutes.
Gee, was it that long? I fell asleep.
And then Bob Hope got up, and he was a riot.
Some riot. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bob talking at the Luella Parsons Dinner Hope, telling you if you don't go to your druggist and buy Pepsodent, you'll have to go to your dentist and buy Cuspid. Then he took out Eddie Cantor's teeth and explained the joke. What a night. Huh?
Well, Jack, I don't care what you say. It was still a very swanky affair.
Well, Mary, if it was such a swanky affair, you'd think they'd serve something better than bird's nest soup.
That wasn't bird's nest soup.
What?
When you bent over to take a bow, your toupee fell in it.
Oh, so that's what it was. I thought that... Hey, Mary, here comes Dennis. He seems to be mumbling to himself.
Yeah.
I wonder what...
Bing bong bell, it's 10 and only one can tell. The master of the metropolis stripped his...
Dennis.
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
What are you doing?
Promise you won't tell anybody?
No.
I think I know who the walking man is.
You think you know who the walking man is?
Yeah,
Who is it?
Sophie Tucker.
Dennis, what in the world makes you think it's Sophie Tucker?
Well, she's the last of the Red Hot Mamas. Bing bong bell.
All right, she's a red hot mama. What's the bing bong bell?
Fire engines.
Oh, Dennis, look, in the first place, the walking man is a man. In the second place, it was guessed last night by a woman. Let's see, what was her name again?
Sophie Tucker.
No! It was won by a lady in Chicago named Florence Hubbard. And the walking man is me.
What's the second name?
Whose?
Me.
Cut that out! If you'd have been here at the start of the program, you'd know what I'm talking about. Where were you?
Oh, I'm sorry I was late, but I was out buying myself a car.
A car?
But, Dennis, you just bought a new car last month.
I know, I traded it in for a used car.
Wait a minute, kid. Why should you trade in a brand new car and drive around in a used car?
Oh, I want people to think I have money. Oh, boy, did I put it over on that dealer. He gave me a 39 Plymouth, and I stuck him with my 47 Cadillac.
Dennis, what was wrong with the Cadillac?
It was out of gas.
Well, Dennis, you sure did put it over on him.
Yeah, and all I have to pay is $40 a month.
$40 a month? How long do you have to pay them?
1,200 months.
Oh, perhaps. Dennis, 1,200 months, that's 100 years. By the time you finish paying, you'll be over 120 years old.
Well, that's not bad for a kid my age.
Yeah. Now, Dennis, before you sing your song, I want to ask you, No, forget it. Go ahead and sing.
Jack, what are we going to ask him?
Well, I was going to ask him... No, go ahead and sing, kid.
Jack, I don't know what it is, but go ahead, ask him.
Oh, all right. Dennis, in this deal you made with that used car dealer, what happens if you fail to keep up the payment?
Well, then my other program will be called A Day in the Life of Honest John.
I didn't want to ask him.
You better sing, Dennis.
Okay.
You think after 8 years I'd know enough to keep my mouth? Was What'll I Day, sung by Dennis Drew. What'll I... So mixed up today. Dennis, you may be kind of silly sometimes about the things you say, but when you sing, your voice is simply beautiful. It has a quality that seems to improve week after week.
That's awfully nice of you to say that, kid.
Kid?
I'm 120 years old.
All right. That kid gets on the wrong subject. I don't know, you can't get him off of it for... Oh, hello, Phil.
Never mind that hello, Jackson. I want to have a little talk with you.
Why? What's the matter, Phil?
Plenty's the matter, Jackson.
How you live?
Well, what? You listen to me.
Yeah?
Last week you gave me that cross-examination about that's what I like about the South, and now I want...
Phil, we're doing a program. That can wait till we're finished.
No, it can't, Dad. Last week you kept picking on my song and picking on it and picking on it, and when I went home, well, I did something I haven't done in a long time.
What was that?
I cried.
Well, the last time you cried was in 1920 when they voted prohibition.
Say, would you two mind telling me what this is all about?
Mary, it's nothing.
No, it ain't, huh? You weren't here, Livy, but last week Jackson told me that the words to That's What I Like About the South didn't make sense, and then he even had the nerve to say that there wasn't a town called Do-Wah-Diddy.
No.
Hey, you're as good as Don Wilson. Look, Phil, After the program.
We're going to talk about it right now. Now, I had Alice look Doo-Wah Diddy up in the encyclopedia, and she wrote down the whole history of the town. Now, here, Libby, read it to him.
Well, why don't you read it yourself?
This is in handwriting, Liv. I'm only a print man.
I'll read it. I went to college. I can read both.
Yeah, look, Mary, we haven't got...
Quiet, Jack. You've got this coming to you. Doo-Wah Diddy, Mississippi. Doo-Wah Diddy is a town located in the southern part of the state, at the foot of the Wah-Doo Diddy Mountains, and on the banks...
What?
And on the banks of the Diddy-Wah-Doo River.
Diddy-Wah-Doo?
This river is famous because it runs backwards.
Oh, now let's get on with the program.
Now, wait a minute. Let her read it, Jackson. Go on, Libby.
The principal industry of Doo-Wah Diddy is the manufacturing of box-back coats and button shoes. This town also plays an important part in American history. It is famous because the Seminole Iroquois battles were fought there. Abraham Lincoln opened his presidential campaign there. And the town is also mentioned in that famous folk song, That's What I Like About the South.
Folk song?
Hey, Jackson.
What?
No.
All right, Phil, all right. So there is such a town. But how did you happen to pick Doo-Wah Diddy to put in your song?
Frankie, my guitar player, was born there. He told me what a wonderful place it is.
Well, it's such a wonderful place. How come Frankie left it?
Well, Jackson, he didn't exactly leave. You see, one dark night, they took him to the city limits, put him on the main highway, faced him towards the west, and gave him a hint to leave town.
A hint?
They said his pants on fire.
No.
He went through Kansas like Haley's Comet.
Phil, that was 15 years ago. I know that tar is hard to get off, but at least Frankie can remove the feathers. He looks like a seagull sitting there. Now, come on, let's get out.
Wait a minute, not so fast, Jackson. Take it easy. Now, look, Alice told me to say that unless a retraction is forthcoming from you, our association must be terminated.
Alice told you to say that?
Yeah. What does it mean?
It means that I have to apologize to you, and this whole silly thing started out
Jack,
with
why do you and Phil keep arguing over that song? It's such a simple thing to settle.
All right. Phil, if you want to apologize to you, I do. Do you accept the apology?
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Look, we're not getting married.
Think of the children.
Oh, shut up! And Phil, now that I've apologized, I hope you're satisfied.
I'm happy if you are, walking man.
Oh, you heard the truth of consequences last night.
What do you mean last night? I knew it was you the minute I heard your footsteps. You know, there's only one thing that threw me.
What?
I couldn't hear your cane.
Well, I've got news for you, Phil. They wanted you to be the walking man, but they could never find you in that position. Now, come on, Don. We've got a play to do tonight, so give us the introduction.
Wait a minute, Jack. Don't you think we ought to do the commercial first?
The commercial? Oh, yes, I forgot.
Well, I have the sportsman right here.
Oh, the quartet? Good,
Yes.
good.
And you'll be happy to know that when they heard you were the walking man, they stayed up all night preparing a number especially for you.
For me? Is that right, boys? Well, fine. Let's hear it.
He walked alone, and he was lonesome and blue. No one knew him. No one ever spoke to him.
Just imagine my plight each Saturday night.
He walked alone and thought that someone would surely soon get him. No one ever said, yes, that's him. When they guessed Elsie Mayer,
I tore my hair.
they thought it was Churchill. Eddie Cantor was named. Bing Crosby got a call. They kept Harry Truman.
Petrillo was blamed.
Then Richard Dick. And that's not all. Jack walked alone. He traveled lonesome and blue by the hour.
From La Brea to Gower.
He walked alone. He walked alone. And both his feet were so tired from those marches.
Needed starch in my arches. How my tootsies did swell. Oh, bing bong bell.
He walked alone and wished he had Effie Boone right there beside him. Speedy Riggs there to guide him. Lucky stripes in his hand.
My favorite brand.
With men from Kentucky who know them the best. It's LSMFT. Jack's not from Kentucky. No, he's from the West. But still he likes those lucky stripes. He walked alone. They told him he mustn't rest on the benches.
It was truth or consequences.
He walked alone.
Very good, boys, very good. Don, that was a cute idea.
I thought you'd like it.
I didn't say I liked it. I said it was a cute idea. What I mean is I appreciate the fact that the boys... Come in.
Telegram for Jack Benny.
Take it, Mary. Here, boy, here's something for you.
But, Mr. Benny, this shoe's got a hole in it.
Just take it. There's 20 cents in the lining there. Now go. Mary, who's the telegram from?
Fred Allen.
From Fred Allen? What does he say?
Dear Jack, you may be happy to know that when the contest first started, I knew it was you. I can recognize his heel whether he's talking or walking.
How do you like that?
Oh, wait a minute, there's more.
Yeah?
I have something else I can call you, but if I put it in the telegram, they'll fade your program.
2 jokes in a row. He must have called in a writer. You know, Mary, the only reason Alan sent me that wire is that he's jealous of everything that happens to me. Anything I do, he makes an issue out of it. He doesn't like the way I play my violin.
On that issue, even the Democrats are united.
Democrats. Some
Hey,
joke.
that's it.
What?
If it isn't Sophie Tucker, it's Henry Wallace.
Oh. Yeah, and I try to tell you that the walking man has been guessed already. It's me. Now, you don't have to try and guess it anymore. The whole thing is over. It's finished. Oh, there's the phone. Hello?
Hello, Master. This is the Metropolis.
Oh, hello, Rochester. What do you want, Rochester?
I was worried about you, boss. You didn't come home last night.
Well, I couldn't help it. Because of the contest, I had to stay up all night with my writers and rewrite my program for today.
Did you write in a part for me?
No.
Then what am I doing on the phone?
I don't know. You called me.
Okay, then I'll hang up.
No, wait a minute. Rochester. Are you listening to the program? Well, we had to stay up all last night and write it. How does it sound?
Do you want the truth or the consequences?
Look, never mind. I'll find out after the show. So long, Rochester.
Goodbye.
Oh, say, wait a minute. Have there been any phone calls for me today?
Boss, the phone's been ringing all day. All day long, people have been calling up to congratulate you.
For being the walking man?
Or for being able to walk.
Now, stop with the joke.
By the way, boss, I got the garage all cleaned out, the furniture moved out of the living room, and the front door wide open. When does the truck come?
The truck? Oh, Rochester, we were mistaken about that. I I don't get those prizes. You see, they go to the winner of the contest.
You mean we ain't going to get that airplane?
No.
Or the boat?
No, I'm afraid not, Rochester.
The trailer?
No, I'm sorry.
And we even going to spend those 2 glorious weeks together in Sun Valley?
No, all those prizes go to Florence Hubbard of Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, then that explains the letter I found on your dresser.
Letter?
Here it is. It's in your handwriting, and it says, "My dear Miss Hubbard, I'm 6'2", have broad shoulders, blonde wavy hair, blue eyes, and friends compare me with Van Johnson.
Rochester.
I'm single, congenial, companionable, and dance divinely.
Rochester.
We'll meet you at the train. Understand you already have the ring."
Rochester.
Hey, boys.
What?
You want me to finish this for you?
How would you know what to say?
Oh, I'll take out some of the things you wrote in that other letter.
Which letter?
The one you wrote to the lady who won the Irish sweepstakes.
Rochester, it won't be necessary to send any letter. Florence Hubbard, the winner of the Walking Man contest, is going to be on my program next Sunday, and so is Ralph Edwards.
Good, good. By the way, boys, those contests are wonderful. Why don't you have one and give away prizes?
Oh, I don't know, Rochester. What kind of prizes could I give?
Well, you could give away your car, your violin, an old toupee, and 2 glorious weeks at Doo-Wah-Diddy.
Say, that's a pretty good idea. I'll think it over. So long, Rochester.
Goodbye, boys.
Gee, I hope Florence is cute. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to join Ralph Edwards in thanking the millions of people who entered the Walking Man contest and contributed so generously to the American Heart Association. These contributions totaled over $1.5 million, and this money will be used for scientific research to combat heart disease, America's #1 killer. Even though this contest is over, fundraising campaigns will continue because the need is still great. I also want to congratulate Ralph Edwards for the wonderful job he's doing and thank him for inviting me to participate in such a worthy cause.
Jack will be back in just a minute, but first...
Independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
That statement is backed up by an impartial Crosley poll just completed in 11 southern tobacco states. This poll, taken among tobacco experts, reveals the smoking preference of the men who really know tobacco.
Yes, for their own personal smoking enjoyment, independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
These are the experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen. And we believe their overwhelming preference for Lucky Strike has a direct relationship to the quality tobacco we purchase for Lucky's.
You've heard the poll results. Now listen to what Mr. S.M. Cutts, ace tobacco auctioneer from North Carolina, recently said.
Year after year, I've seen the makers of Lucky Strike buy fine tobacco, Wright prime leaf. I've smoked Lucky 17 years.
So for your own real, deep-down smoking enjoyment, remember...
LSMFT. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hear the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show on Sundays and A Day in the Life of Dennis Day on Wednesdays. And on my program next week, our guest will be Florence Hubbard, the winner of the Walking Man contest, and Ralph Edwards. Mary, I've done so much walking with this contest. How about you and me going for a ride up to Mulholland Drive? And, you know, and park.
No, thanks. The last time I did that, I became the walking lady.
Oh, yes. Good night.
Good health to all from Rexall. It's the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, presented by the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist with a welcome from all 10,000 of us. The 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of our own store names. You know us by the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. But our best identification is that we recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. These are the famous guaranteed products scientifically compounded to do a job for you. Like Plenamons, Rexall's popular multivitamin capsule. 2 tiny Plenamon capsules a day give you more than your daily minimum requirement of every vitamin for which such requirements have been established, plus valuable liver concentrate and iron. That's the kind of quality we family druggists are talking about when we tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Robert North, Janine Roos, Ann Whitfield, Walter Sharp and his music, yours truly, Bill Foreman, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. Today is Mother's Day, and Phil has decided to make it a real holiday for Alice. And now as we look in, Phil and the children are surprising Alice by bringing her breakfast in bed. Good morning, honey, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy. Mother's Day, Mommy.
Oh, thank you, girls. Good morning, Phil. Phil, what have you got on that tray?
A surprise. I made your breakfast, and I'm going to serve it to you in bed.
You made my breakfast?
Yes, sir. And what a breakfast. It's real Southern style. Orange juice, toast, ham hocks and eggs, hominy grits, black-eyed peas, candied yams, and turnip greens.
Thank you, Jefferson Davis. Girls, did Daddy make you eat a Southern breakfast, too?
Yeah, but he all shown up did.
You know something, Alice? You're going to love this food. Just wait till I take the napkin off the tray and show you a really appetizing sight. There.
Oh. Phil. Aren't you overdoing this Southern stuff a little? Black-eyed peas, hominy grits, turnip... Wait a minute. What's this?
Picture of Robert E. Lee.
Do I have to eat that, too?
No, of course not. That's your Mother's Day present from me.
And, Mommy, there's a present on your tray from Phyllis and me.
Oh, what lovely handkerchiefs. Thank you, children.
We also wrote a poem for you. Daddy helped us. Go ahead, Daddy. You read it.
Okay. To you on Mother's Day. Roses are red and violets are blue. Dear old mother, we love you. Though your brow is all furrowed and wrinkled with care, we love every thread in your graying hair.
Graying hair?
Please, I'm not finished. As you sit in your rocker close by the wall, your little gnarled hands are knitting a shawl.
Gnarled hands?
After all you've done, we want no other, and so we say thank you, Whistler's mother. How'd you like that, Ma?
Oh, mighty fine, Pa. If you'll hand me my teeth, I'll make a speech. I'll write a poem, Phil.
Well, I'm glad you like it, honey. Hey, I got another surprise for you. I'm going to make this a real Mother's Day for you. I'm going to do all the work around the house, and you're going to do nothing but lie there in bed all day.
Oh, but, honey, I don't want to lie in bed.
Don't argue. This is your day, and you're going to do it whether you want to or not. Now, go ahead and eat your breakfast, and I'll go in and make the children's beds. You kids want to help me?
You better leave them here to feed me. I don't know if I can lift the spoon with my gnarled hands.
Okay, then I'll do it myself. I'll make up the beds, and then I'll vacuum the rugs. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to my bed.
Hey, it wasn't hard at all cleaning these rugs. This attachment on the vacuum made it a cinch.
Well, Phil, how are you doing?
Oh, wonderful. I just vacuumed these rugs, and look at the way they shine.
Shine? Oh, Phil, you used the wrong attachment. You waxed my rug.
Well, it'll preserve the nap over the summer. Hey, and I made the beds.
I know. I just remade them. You're a fine-looking mess. What have you got on your head?
A dust cap? How do I look?
Oh, adorable. You look simply scrumptious in your dust cap, apron, and high-button shoes. Maybe you'd better let me take...
Hey, wait a minute. That's the door. I'll answer.
Oh, you're not going to the door dressed like that, are you?
I look okay. Oh, hello, Frankie.
Well, if it ain't John's other wife.
All right, cut out the comedy. I'm just dressed like this to help Alice.
You look fetching.
All right, I say. What are you doing here, anyway?
I came over to put the lug on you. I need some dough.
No, you don't. You ain't getting any more money out of me.
It ain't for me, Curly. See, today's Mother's Day. I need the dough to make a long-distance call to my mother.
Oh. Oh, well, that's different. That's a nice gesture.
Yeah. She's a swell old lady. She's out of this world, Curly.
I know how you feel. You want to know something, Frankie? If you want to call her, I'll gladly lend you the money. How much do you need?
$500.
500? How far out of this world is she? Where does she live, on Mars?
No, don't be ridiculous. Mother lives in Tibet. She's a high llama. Oh, it costs money to call there.
Stop with that, Brentley. If you wanted the money...
It's getting close to lunchtime, and Oh, hello, Frankie.
Hi, Alice. Happy Mother's Day. You having a nice day?
Oh, wonderful. Phil has taken over the household duties for the day. He made my breakfast, and I got some lovely presents.
Oh, really? What'd you get?
The children gave me some beautiful handkerchiefs.
What'd Curly give you?
Robert E. Lee and heartburn. Why don't you come on in and make yourself at home, Frankie? I have to go in and do the breakfast dishes.
No, you don't, Alice. Frankie and me'll do the dishes, won't we, Frankie?
No. I ain't going to wash no dishes. I'm liable to get dishpan hands, and then I wouldn't be able to play the guitar.
The way you play the guitar, you could do it with your feet, and nobody could tell the difference. Now, come on, I'll wash them and you dry.
I don't want to go.
Oh, stop grumbling, will you? Always grumbling. Now, if you're sweet, I'll sing to you. What do you want to hear?
That don't make no difference. The way you sing, everything sounds the same.
People brag, people boast, and consistently drink a toast to a place that a lot of them place at the top of the list. Are they wrong? Are they right? Is there reason for their delight? I must live in doubt till the day that I find out. Is it true what they say about Dixie? Does that sun really shine all the time? Do the sweet magnolias blossom round everybody's door? Do folks keep eating possum till they can't eat no more? Is it true what they say about Swanee? Is a dream by that stream so sublime? Do they laugh? Do they love like they say in every song? If it's true, that's where I belong. If you like a sweet magnolia lane and gals as sweet as sugar cane, then hop the nearest choo-choo train. It's all aboard for Dixie. If you like to hear that southern drawl and them gals who say I loves you all, then there ain't no need for you to stall. Just get on down to Dixie. I'm going to pack my shoes and walking stick, my cotton shirts and my banjo pick. If you need me, you can reach me quick, away down south in Dixie, 'cause it's true what they say about Dixie. That sun really shines all the time. And the folks are really living where Old Man River flows. They live on watermelon and honeysuckle rose. Yes, it's true what they say about Swanee. You can dream by that stream so sublime. Do they laugh? Do they love? Cross the Mason-Dixon line. Yes, it's true. And it's mine, all mine.
Now, there you are, Frankie. The dishes are all done. It was a cinch. You know something? I don't know why women make such a fuss about doing the dishes.
Me neither. Well, now we got them all washed and dried. What do we do with them?
Let's glue them together and put them away.
I think it'd be easier if we just swept them under the sink. You know, Curly, we broke quite a few of these. I don't know if Alice...
Well, how are you fellas coming along with the dishes? Oh, no, my good china. Phil, please stop. You're behaving like a berserk boll weevil. If you really want to make this a happy Mother's Day for me, forget the housework and just take me out to dinner tonight, huh?
But, honey, I was...
Please. I'll go call Chilius and make reservations at the Brown Derby.
Oh, all right. Oh, gee whiz, Frankie. Alice is spoiling my whole Mother's Day. I wanted to do everything for her, but it ain't working out that way. Gee whiz, I wish I could think of something that she'd really appreciate.
Hey, Curly, I got it.
Huh?
If you want to do something big, something that she'll appreciate, don't take her out to dinner.
What do you mean?
Stay home and we'll cook the dinner.
Oh, sure, she'd love an old-fashioned Southern cooked meal and that... No, she had it for breakfast, and I don't think her little Yankee stomach could stand another corn.
Well, then don't make it Southern. Make her a real fancy meal like you get in a high-class French restaurant.
Oh, yeah, Alice loves to go to them French restaurants.
Sure.
Yeah, she loves that French food. But I don't know nothing about that kind of cooking.
I do.
Yeah?
Sure. Between us, we'll cook her the best French meal she ever had. Where's Alice's cookbook?
Well, it's up there in the cupboard next to the stove.
Okay, let's get it.
Wait a minute. Hey, Frankie.
Are
you sure you know what you're doing? You know you can kill people this way.
Stop worrying. I'm a great French chef and a connoisseur of good food. I can Hey, Alice already has something cooking on the stove. I must say, it smells delicious.
It does, huh?
Yeah. I know good food when I smell it. What's she got cooking in that big pot?
The laundry. I can see you're going to be a big help, Francois, the chef. You're going to be great.
I'll do all right. All right, here's the cookbook. I'll just turn to the chapter on French dishes. Here it is. Hey, here's something that sounds good.
Yeah?
Bouillabaisse avec poisson de la mer. How'd you like that?
I'd rather have the laundry. What is that thing? How do you make it?
You don't know how to make bouillabaisse?
You do?
Well, it's simple. You get a couple of good, juicy boules and you baise them.
Yeah, it sounds great, Remley, but I don't think we can do it.
Why not?
We ain't got a boule in the house.
Someone's a bad housekeeper.
All right. Give me that book, Remy. Let me have a look at it. Let's see now. Let's see. Hey. Hey, look here. Here's something that sounds good. Oliver Sales. Hey, we got all the ingredients we need to make that.
Yeah, well, let's get started.
Okay. Pass me a Versailles.
Curly, Versailles is a French city.
Oh. Well, how about this Boop? Is that a city, too?
Of course not. A boop is a female bull.
Don't you think this room's a little too small to cook a bull in? Look, maybe we'd better look for another animal, something we're familiar with. Hey, look here.
What's that?
Here's something right here at the bottom of the page we know about. Turkey. Hey, look, they tell you several different ways here to serve it. We can have turkey glace, turkey de Lions, and turkey Turon the Page.
That's turn the page. Turon the Page. Oh, Maurice. No, don't bother looking any further, Curly. During my many years of experience as a French chef, I have found there's only one way to serve turkey, and that is turkey de la chanson à la mort.
How's that?
Dead.
Tapped out turkey.
Yeah, Alice will love turkey the way I prepare it. I'll get started right away, and I'll have it ready in no time. It'll be a rich golden brown, stuffed with chestnut dressing and oozing with delicious gravy. I can see it on the table now, can't you?
No.
What's the matter? Ain't you got no imagination?
I ain't got no turkey.
That might slow me down a little. Well, we can't buy one at the market. It's closed today. Hey, wait a minute. There's a turkey ranch here at Encino. I know the owner. I'll call him and tell him to send one over.
Okay, Frankie, look. Now tell him to send the biggest bird he's got. Then I'll invite Alice's family over to dinner, and then you can stay, too.
Okay, Curly, I'll call him right away. You better go in and keep Alice away from the kitchen so we can surprise her.
Don't worry, I'll keep her occupied.
And they meant to just for me.
Oh, Alice, go on. Sing that once more.
Oh, but Phil, I've already sung it for you 8 times. Why do I have to sing it again?
It fascinates me to watch your epiglottis knock against your tonsils. Now, go ahead, honey. Sing it once again, will you, for me?
All right. The first time he's ever asked me to do this. You were meant for me. I was meant for you. Nature patterned you. When she was done, you were all the sweet things rolled into one. You're like a plaintive melody that never lets me free. For I'm content the angels must have sent you, and they meant you just for me. You were
This guy really sent over a big turkey. Never seen one so big before. But if we're having a lot of people for dinner, I
Hey,
guess...
Frankie, did the guy bring the turkey yet?
Yep.
Oh, good. Is it a big bird?
Medium size.
How much does it weigh?
54 pounds.
54 pounds. I got to see that thing. Where is it?
Right there on the floor.
Holy smoke. Why did you order anything that size? It looks like an ostrich.
Oh, you're exaggerating. It ain't that big.
It ain't. Put a hostess on it, and it'd look like a DC-6.
Look, Curly, it's all we got, and we'll have to use it. It's already dressed. All we got to do is pick it up off the floor and put it in the oven.
Put some slacks on it. Look, Frankie, I don't think you ought to put...
I just dropped into... Hey, what's that dead horse doing on the table?
Not a horse, Julius. It's a turkey.
This is a turkey. That's the biggest beast I've ever seen.
All right. Ain't nobody asking you. Now, come on, Frankie. Let's put it in the oven. Hey, wait a minute. Before we do, is there any stuffing in this bird?
I don't know. The guy said it was dressed, so I guess that means there's stuffing in it.
Yeah, but how can we be sure?
Why don't one of you crawl in and
I wonder how stuffing a la Julius would taste. Come on, Curly. We better get this bird cooking. Help me carry it over to the oven.
Are you kidding, Hastings? Thing's too heavy to carry. You couldn't carry that. Maybe we can roll it over.
No, we might break the legs off. Maybe we can wax the floor and slide it over.
Why don't you put a saddle on it and ride it over?
I wonder where a guy goes to get shots against this kid. Stop yapping, Julius, and help us. That's what you can do. Now, the three of us ought to be able to lift it. Frankie, you open the oven door.
Okay.
Get it open. Now, Julius, you grab the front end, and Frankie and Neil grab the back end. Are you ready, men? All right, lift.
Hey, let's get this thing in a hurry. It's heavy.
All right, we'll rush it in and close the oven door fast so it don't jump out again. Come on, Julius, back up fast. Back up.
Yeah. We got it in, Curly.
Hey, you guys, let me out of here!
Holy smoke, we shoved Julius in by mistake. The turkey's still lying on the floor.
What do you think?
You think we can get away with it, Hansel?
Worth a try, Gretel.
Okay, turn it up to 500 and see what happens. Oh, he's walking, Frankie. You might better let him out. Open the door. All right, kid. Climb on out.
What are you, a couple of wise guys or something?
What are you kicking about? You got a nice pan in there.
When I tell my old man you tried to fricassee my little buddy.
All right. Well, beat it. Get out of here. Go ahead. Come on, Frankie. Let's you and me lift that turkey.
Yeah.
All right, together now. 1, 2, 3. Heave!
All right. Now I'll turn the gas on and let it cook. This bird looks kind of tough. Might take a little longer than usual.
Well, in that case, you turn the oven up as high as it'll go. Hey, wait a minute, Remley.
What?
You know something? With this turkey, we ought to have some kind of a salad with dinner.
Leave that to me, Curly. I'll make you a nice tossed green salad.
Okay, now mix it good. In the meantime, I'll go up and tell Alice what we're doing.
Fellas, it's 8 o'clock already and I'm starved. When do you think that kangaroo will be done? You said it would be ready at 6.
Well, it's a little tougher than we thought. You tested it at 6 and it was still hard.
Why don't you try it again, Alice?
All right.
Well, how's it coming, honey?
The turkey's still hot, but the oven's getting soft. Oh, Phil, I can't wait any longer for dinner.
Hey, why don't we have the salad I made while we're waiting? I made a wonderful tossed green salad, mixed to a turn.
Sounds good. Where is it?
It's still in the Bendix.
You mixed it in my Bendix?
Sure. Not only tossed the salad, it washed the lettuce at the same time.
Now, that's the last straw. We're going out to dinner.
We are not. This is Mother's Day. It's your day, and you're going to do as I say. Now, we're not going out to dinner, and that's final. There. Now, was this a delicious turkey dinner or wasn't it?
Oh, it sure was, Curly. The best turkey dinner I ever had. How'd you like it, Alice?
Oh, I must admit it was wonderful.
Certainly was. You guys want anything else?
Oh, no, thanks. I couldn't eat another thing.
Oh, me neither. Now, let's get away from the table, huh?
All right. Hey, waiter, bring me the check, please.
Alice and Phil will be back in just a moment. But first, here's your Rexall Family Druggist.
Next week is National First Aid Week. 7 days when the National Association of Retail Druggists call your attention to the great need of proper first aid knowledge and first aid necessities that so often save lives. We are indeed proud tonight to salute the Retail Druggist of America, as well as the 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists who are thus serving the communities and homes of this country. Next week, drop in on the Rexall family druggist in your town or neighborhood. He'll be glad to tell you the essential first aid items you should always have on hand. What's more, he carries Rexall's complete first aid line. Everything from sterile cotton and handy gauze pads to the proper antiseptics, surgical powder, burn remedies, plus certain Rexall exclusives like Rexall's marvelous new ProCap adhesive tape and Rexall Quick Bands. He'll also be glad to show you Rexall's specially designed first aid kits, priced at 98 cents to $2.10. Look for these products wherever you see the orange and blue Rexall sign on the window, because when accidents do happen, it's good to know you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall.
Folks, this is Phil again. Tomorrow, Jack Benny and I leave by chartered TWA Constellation to play 21 cities with our big 2-hour stage show. You'll see Jackson, Rochester, beautiful Vivian Blaine, and my whole band, and many wonderful extra acts, all in person. We open in Wichita, Kansas this Tuesday, Wednesday in Kansas City, Thursday in Des Moines, Friday in St. Paul, this Saturday in Moline, Illinois, and next Sunday in Milwaukee. Tickets are on sale now, and it's really a wonderful show, and we want you all to be there. Join us again on the air next Sunday. Thanks, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
This program was produced and directed by Paul Phillips. Next time you buy Milk of Magnesia, remember that Rexall Milk of Magnesia is the one almost completely free of that unpleasant earthy taste. Yes, due to the purity of its ingredients, the scientific care used in its manufacture, Rexall Milk of Magnesia is so mild, so light and fluffy, so creamy smooth that even children can taste the difference. Ask for Rexall Milk of Magnesia wherever you see the orange and blue Rexall sign on the window. And remember, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Next, Sam Spade, then Paulette Goddard and Theater Guild on NBC.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the air station at El Toro, California, home of the rough, tough fighting Marines, we bring you a civilian, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, where do you get that stuff introducing me as a civilian? Can't you recognize a Marine when you see one?
But, Jack...
Look, Don, how many hairs have I got on my head?
3.
There you are. I'm a sergeant. Count them.
But, Jack, if you're a Marine, how come you're not wearing a uniform?
Because this is Sunday and it's my day off. That's how come.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. What are you talking about? There are thousands of Marines stationed here. Why haven't they got a day off?
Don, they were offered a day off, but they saw the town of El Toro and voted against it. Anyway, Don, the whole thing started with your... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
How are you? Well, listen to that.
Say, Mary, Jack and I have been talking about the camp here. How do you like being at a Marine station?
Oh, it's all right, but it's the last time I'll ever go up in an airplane with one of these aviators.
Now, Mary, that isn't a nice thing to say.
Oh, no? As soon as we got behind a cloud, he tried to kiss me.
Well, what do you know? A flying wolf. He tried to kiss you, huh?
Yeah, but I wouldn't let him, so he threw off the parachute.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I was wearing it.
Oh.
Gee, Mary, you mean to say that you really made a parachute jump?
Yes, and was I embarrassed? I pulled the wrong string.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, anyway, Mary, you've got to admit that these Marine flyers certainly are romantic.
I'll say. Even the automatic pilot tried to put his arms around me.
Now, Mary, huh?
The minute I got in the plane, the needles on the instrument board spelled out, "You'll be sorry."
Now, Mary, listen, I happen to know that you went up with an ace, Colonel John Smith, and you said... There you are. And you said you never felt so safe in all your life.
Sure, but he couldn't get the plane up any higher than 73 feet.
He couldn't?
No, next time he's going to leave his medals off.
Hey. You know, they do have a lot of medals around here, don't they? One fellow followed me over here. I thought it was a good humor wagon. Oh, I really did. Huh?
Say, Mary, that plane you went up in, was it a Corsair?
A Corsair?
Yes, one of those planes with wings that fold up.
Oh, are the wings supposed to fold up like that?
Sure.
Gee, I thought they were saluting Colonel Fox. Say, Don, did you meet Colonel Fox? What a great guy he is. Look, you know, the minute I arrived here this morning, he ran over, grabbed me by the shoulders,
and said, "Straighten up."
He did not. He said that when he put his knee in my back. Anyway, he's one of the nicest. Well, look who's here. Say, fellas, I know that Alice Faye is one of your favorite pin-up girls.
We can't bring you the pin, but here's the guy she's stuck with, Phil Harris.
Thank you. Thanks, fellas. Thanks very much.
Say, Phil, they like you here, don't they?
I'll say they do, and you want to know something? They're nuts about Alice, too.
I know. Huh?
You know what they gave me when I came in here this morning? A Marine flag to take home.
Well.
And look what it says on it.
What?
Something for Alice.
That's Semper Fidelis. Something for Alice. Semper Fidelis, Phil. Oh, brother. Phil, Semper Fidelis is Latin.
Oh, that new language, huh?
Yes. They started it last week in El Toro. A new language.
Hey, Jackson, I've heard a lot about that town, that El Toro. You know, I think I'll go out and see that town.
Okay. So long.
So long.
Say, Mary.
Well, I saw it.
So quick? Pretty small place, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah, I'd have been back sooner, but the wind was against me.
Oh.
No kidding. Is El Toro really that small?
Small? They had to widen the street before they could put the white line down the middle. So I heard.
Well, that's funny. It looked like an industrious little place to me. When I passed by, I saw Bottle Works.
Bottle Works, nothing. That's where my boys threw their empties on the way in.
Well, that's where you ought to throw your boys on the way out. Anyway, as long as they're here, how about a band number?
Okay.
What are you going to play, Phil?
I don't know, Jackson. Let's wait till it's over, and then your guess is as good as mine.
That's what I thought. Well, go ahead. Hold it a minute. Come in.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Were you looking for something to take home to Alice?
Yes, I was.
Well, let's get going. I've only got a 3-hour pass.
This must be his day off, too. Please, Phil. Yes, sir, that was Phil Harris and his El Toro Tomcat playing Your Guess is as Good as Mine from the quiz program of the same name. And now, fella...
Hey, Jackson, look here. Now, why are you always panning my band?
Because they don't know one note from another.
Right? Oh, what are you talking about? If those guys ain't great musicians, I'll eat their shirts.
Oh, boy, do you protect yourself. You know they haven't got any. Great musicians.
Yeah, great musicians. Now, you take Frankie, my guitar player. Now, he knows more about music than Oscar Levant.
What?
Yeah, Frankie was on Information Please twice. Now, when it comes to music, he can identify anything. Hey, Frankie, come up here a minute, will you?
Okay.
Now, get this, Jackson. Play something, Lou. That's enough. Okay, Frankie, what was it?
Can I hear it again?
Yeah, sure. Okay, Frankie, what was it?
A piano.
Well, I'll be... Phil, what's so wonderful about him recognizing a piano?
He plays guitar.
Oh, excuse me. Phil, I found out how Frankie started his musical career.
How?
One day he was scratching his stomach and somebody slipped a guitar in his lap. That's how.
Well, all my boys started from scratch. Oh, Philsy, you're too clever to be in the musical world.
Phil, if you don't get shot after a gag like that, the Marines are out to lunch. So cut it out. And now, fellas...
Say, Mr. Benny, I was just up in a plane with one of those Marine pilots.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello. Thanks. Say, Mr. Benny, I was just up in a plane with one of those Marine pilots.
How are you, kid?
Oh, I'm fine.
That's good. What were you saying, Dennis?
He said he was up in a plane with a Marine pilot.
Oh.
It's dangerous to go up in an airplane. You know what happened to my uncle?
What?
Well, he was up 5,000 feet in the air.
Yeah?
And the pilot said, I think I'll go into a bank.
Uh-huh.
So my uncle said, I think I'll go into a drugstore and stepped out of the plane.
Your uncle, huh?
Boy, was he mad.
Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah, the drugstore was closed.
Look, Dennis, forget about your uncle. And by the way, kid, thanks for driving me up here this morning.
You're welcome.
Dennis drove you up here? How come you didn't bring Rochester?
Oh, I'm punishing him. He's got to stay in the house for 3 days.
What did he do now?
Well, he tried to sell my camel to the cavalry. He told him it was a horse.
But, Jack, a camel has 2 humps on top.
I know. He told them they were twin turrets. Anyway, I'm not letting him out of the house till Wednesday. Say, I think I'll call up and check on him. Give me that phone, Mary.
Here you are. You ought to be ashamed of yourself treating Rochester like a prisoner.
Never mind.
Number, please.
Operator, give me Beverly Hills, Crestview 6, 7071.
One moment, please.
If he's escaped, he's going to get it. Believe me.
Mr. Benny's residence, convict number 80464.
Rochester, this is Mr. Benny.
Oh! Hello, Warden.
Rochester, what are you doing?
3 days, ain't that what you said?
I certainly did, and I hope this is teaching you a lesson.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you eating bread and water like I told you to?
Yes, boss, it goes swell with the ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs? Rochester!
There goes my parole.
Never mind that, and keep the shade down. You're in solitary confinement.
Gosh, boss, my cousin gets better treatment than this, and he works for Warden Laws.
Rochester, your cousin was arrested and went to jail. That's how he's working for the warden.
I know, but his 10-year sentence was up 3 months ago.
Well, why doesn't he leave?
The OPA won't let him.
Oh, well, I don't care about that. I'm just calling to check and see that you don't escape.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, boss. I'll be with you in a minute, honey.
Rochester, have you got a girl there with you?
Yes, boss.
Well, you get her out of that room.
If I don't, the one in the closet will kill me.
Rochester, how many girls have you got there?
I don't know. Some of them jumped out the window when the phone rang.
Well, I'll talk to you about that when I get home. Now, goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
Can I go out for just a breath of fresh air?
You don't have to, Rochester. There's an air conditioner in the house.
I know, but it's fighting a losing battle with the camel.
I don't believe it. Now, goodbye.
Goodbye.
He's going to stay in that house for 3 days, and that settles it. Sing, Dennis.
Love had me reeling before, but never like this. Whoever dreamed this could happen to someone supposed to be smart? I really must have been napping to let you walk off with my heart. My dreams, and I've had quite a few, were never like this. This is too good to be true, but so was that kiss. I know by the way my heart beats that this time I'm playing for keeps. I've had this feeling before, darling, but never like this. My dreams, I've had quite a few, were never like this. This is too good to be true, but so was that kiss. I know by the way my heart beats that this time I'm playing
was Dennis Day singing I've Had That Feeling Before, and very good, Dennis. Very good.
Ah, tell it to the Marines.
Dennis, I just paid you a compliment. When somebody pays you a compliment, you're supposed to say thanks.
Oh.
I never saw such a dope.
Thanks.
Stop being so silly.
Oh, Jackson, why don't you stop picking on the kid?
I'm not picking on him. It's about time I got a little respect around here. After all, I'm the star of this program.
Oh, sure, sure.
Thanks, Mary. And not only am I the star here, but it may surprise you to know that I've just signed a new contract with Warner Brothers.
Who cares?
I care.
Say, Jackson, do you mind if I leave right after the show?
Why?
Well, one of the aviators told me as soon as the program's over, he's going to take me to see a link trainer.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet the guy that trains them links.
Phil, a link trainer is not someone who trains animals. A link trainer is Don, you tell him what a link trainer is.
Okay. Well, you see, Phil, a link trainer is a mechanical device that's used to teach aviators blind flying.
Yes, that's it.
Gee, Don is smart, aren't you, Jack?
Yeah.
In fact, Phil, it's one of the greatest inventions since Orville and Wilbur Wright invented the airplane.
Orville and Wilbur Wright?
Yes, Phil. And now, since we're playing here at a naval air station, let's give the boys our version of the invention of the airplane. Take it, Don.
In the year 1903, two brothers, Orville and Wilbur, lived in obscurity, not knowing that someday they would become world-famous inventors. One day, early in the afternoon, Orville was sitting at his workbench while Wilbur was standing by the window, staring out into space, thinking.
Wilbur, what are you thinking about?
I don't know, Orville. I'm just looking out the window, watching them birds fly up to their nest.
Oh.
Say, Orville, I was just wondering, why can't people do what the birds do?
Now, hold on, Wilbur. Eggs ain't that expensive. Not yet.
Oh, I don't mean that, Orville.
I mean, why can't we fly like a bird?
Fly like a bird, Wilbur, sometimes you get the darndest ideas. Come in.
Hello, boys.
Well, if it ain't Kitty Hawk.
You boys look busy. What are you inventing today?
You wouldn't believe it, Kitty, but Wilbur here is talking about inventing a contraption that'll make a man fly like a bird.
Man, fly like a bird up in the air?
Why, sure.
Well, what's the use of being up there? Everything you want is down here.
How do you know? You ain't been up there. Anyway, Kitty, I'm going to stick with Wilbur. If he wants to invent a flying machine, I'm with him.
Atta boy, Orville. Now, let's get busy. And when we build this machine, we're going to call it the aeroplane.
And I got a great idea. You know those horse-drawn trolley cars they got now?
Yeah.
Well, we'll invent a horse-drawn aeroplane.
A horse-drawn aeroplane? How in the world are you going to keep a horse up in the air?
Oh, Kitty, listen, we're going to have enough trouble trying to keep up the aeroplane. The horse is just going to have to look out for himself.
Stand aside, Kitty. We're going to build this flying machine right here and now. Well, there it is. All finished.
How'd you do it so fast?
Used to work at Boeing. Let's see. All we got to do now is... I'll take it, Wilbur. I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Orville. This is Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh, hello, Alex. What's up?
Plenty. You'll never guess what I did this morning.
What?
I invented the telephone.
You did? Well, doggone, Alex, we're your best friends. Why didn't you call us sooner?
I tried to, but there was a 2-hour delay between Seattle and Whidbey Island.
Well, we're busy. Can't talk to you now, Alex. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You know, Wilbur, Alex Bell just invented the telephone, but I don't think it'll ever work.
Oh, come on, Orville. Now stop the fooling around. Let's get on with this aeroplane. Let's get it outdoors.
Okay, you lift up the tail. I'll carry the fuselage. Let's go. Easy there, easy.
Easy does her. Here we are.
Okay, now we're ready for the experiment. Here's the crank handle, Wilbur. I'll get in. You wind her up.
Hey, wait a minute, Orville. You can't fly that thing.
Why not?
You ain't got no priority.
Priority? What's that?
That's something you got to get before they can take it away from you.
Oh. Well, I'll get one later. Okay, Wilbur, take the crank handle and wind her up.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
There you are. She's all wound up.
Okay, let her go.
She's only a bird in a gilded cage, a beautiful thing to see.
I knew we shouldn't have used the motor out of that old phonograph.
Oh, it didn't hurt nothing, Orville. Just take the record out.
Okay. There. Now, Wilbur, give that propeller a spin, see what happens.
Okay. Contact.
Contact.
Stand back from her, Orville. Stand back from her.
Try her again, Wilbur.
Okay. Orville, contact.
Contact. It's a running. Everybody in.
Come on, Kitty.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, what do we do now?
Try her again, Wilbur. If it won't work now, we'll just invent the parachute. Let somebody else worry about this. Go ahead. Contact.
Contact.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, we're going up.
Yeah, we're flying.
Yippee! Yippee, Wilbur, we're a success. She flies.
Yes, sirree. Now let's take her down and tell the world we invented the aeroplane.
Okay, take her down. Wilbur, you made a perfect landing.
Right in somebody's backyard.
That's right, we did. Oh, here comes somebody. Let's get out of here.
You landed right here, my calla lilies. You spawned my great big beautiful calla lilies. Really, you did.
Of course I did, and I'm glad. Do you hear? I'm glad I did. If I land again, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Play it, kid.
Doctors prove the Plum Olive Plan brings 2 out of 3 women lovelier complexions in 14 days. For the Palmolive plan was tested on women with all types of skin. Dry, oily, even skin that was not clear. Yes, regardless of age, type of skin, or previous doctors proved the 14-day Palmolive plan brings fresher, brighter, younger-looking complexions. So get Palmolive soap and start your 14-day Palmolive plan now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Day.
That makes life seem worthwhile. Dwells in your eyes and the smell of your smile.
Dennis Day is brought to you by Colgate Dental Cream and Luster Cream Shampoo. Colgate Dental Cream to clean your breath while you clean your teeth. Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous dream girl hair. The Dennis Day Show with Barbara Eiler, B. Bent Orchestra, and yours truly, Vern Smith, is written by Frank Galen and stars our popular young singer in A Day in the Life of Dennis Day. Here's Dennis to sing I'm Looking Over a Four-Leaf Clover.
I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I wore. One leaf is sunshine, the second is rain, third is the roses that grow in the lane. No need explaining, the one remaining is somebody I adore. Over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. One leaf is sunshine, the second is rain, third in the lane, complaining, the one remaining is somebody I adore. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked
Colgate Dental Cream cleans your breath while it cleans your teeth.
No other toothpaste does a better job of cleaning teeth than or Colgate Dental Cream has a safe polishing agent that cleans your teeth both gently and thoroughly, brings out their natural sparkle and beauty. You can actually see and feel the difference.
And scientific tests prove that Colgate Dental Cream cleans your breath while it cleans your teeth. Yes, actual scientific tests prove conclusively that in 7 out of 10 cases, Colgate instantly stops unpleasing breath that originates in the mouth.
Colgate Dental Cream is famous for its wonderful wake-up flavor, too. Nationwide tests of leading toothpastes prove that Colgate's is preferred for flavor over every other brand tested. Yes, preferred over every other brand tested.
And no wonder. For constant effort to produce the finest toothpaste in the world today. For cleaning teeth, for flavor, for sweetening breath.
So see if you don't agree with the millions who have made Colgate Dental Cream America's favorite toothpaste. Try Colgate Dental Cream to bring out the natural sparkle and beauty of your teeth. For a wake-up flavor you'll thoroughly enjoy.
And always use Colgate Dental Cream after you eat and before every date to clean your breath while you clean your teeth. Well, as you know, the whole town of Weaverville, there's no one quite like our young hero, Dennis Day. And most of the town is grateful for it. But Dennis can be happy or sad just like the rest of us, and today it's distinctly the latter. It seems that the local radio station is moving to another city, and with it will go all of our hero's favorite programs. Not even his girlfriend Mildred seems able to chase his gloom at this dire news.
You don't understand what this means, Mildred. How can I face the morning without Ma and Pa Peterson, without the story of Myra Wilson or David Driscoll, Boy Powers model?
Well, they're only morning cereals, Dennis.
But they're so real to me. You take Monica Popufnik's Passion at 9:30. Honestly, if that station goes off the air before I find out whether Monica's boyfriend gets his divorce, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, the station will be on the air for another week.
Yeah, but her boyfriend is a Turkish sultan. It may take years before he gets rid of the whole crowd.
Oh, I see.
Gosh, last week he told her he couldn't live without her. And you know something? He nearly didn't. He slashed all his veins, took poison, and jumped off a 10-story building.
Oh, my golly.
Yeah, he was laid up for 3 installments.
Dennis, you're taking this too seriously. Oh, hi, Daddy.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Well, what's the matter? Trouble again, Dennis?
Yes, sir. There's an item in this morning's paper that says that WEAZ is going off the air.
WEAZ? No, don't say that.
Oh, do you like to sob your way to work every morning, too?
Well, it isn't that, Dennis. It's something far more important. In fact, it may be a matter of my life or death.
Your death? Oh, now, Mr. Anderson, it couldn't be.
Well, wait till you hear. You see, my wife...
Oh, she's involved. I guess I was wrong.
I'm afraid so. A few years ago, I bought $100 worth of stock in WEAZ without telling Poopsie about it.
You acted without orders from the bridge?
Yes, the salesman told me it was a great opportunity for a fearless man. And I, for a moment, forgot who he was talking to.
Golly. And now when this radio station goes broke, she'll find out you lost the whole 100.
Exactly. Well, farewell, children.
Well, Daddy, you're not going away.
Not far. Only about 6 feet straight down.
Now, wait a minute. There might be a way to keep WEAZ on the air at that.
Huh?
Suppose we got up a petition and had everyone in town sign it, pledging their support to the station. Then the advertisers would be glad to keep their programs going and even buy more.
Say, Mildred, that's wonderful.
And I think it'll work, too. A petition. The very thing.
Then let's get busy. Dennis, you take the south side of town, and I'll take the north. And remember, get those signatures.
Boy, I'll say I will. Do you think I want to miss hearing just plain old Sam being committed to an institution or Mary McCord's children die off slowly one by one? I'm entitled to some happiness out of life.
Yes?
How do you do, madam? I have a petition here. I'd like you to...
What, again? Petitions and polls. Polls and petitions. That's all I get these days. They're coming out of my ears.
But all I want...
I'm in the bathtub. All of a sudden, the telephone rings. What program am I listening to? I'm washing my back, and they want to know who sponsors it.
But, madam,
I get back in the tub, and there it is again. Do I want a Republican in, or do I want a Democrat in? I don't want anybody in. I'm taking a bath.
Yes, but you see,
Every time I get into the tub, the same darn thing. Questions, 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 until I can't see straight. What's a woman going to do?
Cross them up, change the day you bathe.
Ain't in the tub. What do I think of business? How would I combat inflation? Who knows from combating inflation?
But I just...
And now you come along to ask me some more questions. What is it this time? Why does my husband drink, I suppose?
Oh, no, ma'am. I can see why he... Wait a minute. I didn't mean it like that.
That'll be enough out of you wise guys. You can take your pole and go climbing. Yes?
Well, hello there, my little man.
My dear chap, I'm not a man, and I'm most certainly not yours. Let's not be patronizing, shall we?
Oh. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, come, fellow. Speak up. What is it?
Well, do you ever listen to the radio?
Oh, I might tune in one of those comedy programs occasionally, like Town Meeting of the Year or Chicago Round Table.
How about the Quiz Kids?
Good heavens, no. I can't stand those 3-second pauses while they're thinking.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Well, anyway, there's a move on foot to deprive Weaverville of radio.
Good. I consider most of it unutterable garbage. And now, if you'll excuse me, good day. I'm in the midst of a little experiment in nuclear fission.
Yes, sir. I hope they're biting.
course, I'll come home any time I please.
Just try it, that's all.
Yeah, and what do you do?
You'll see what I'll do. Oh, if I had known what you were like when I married you.
Ah, shut up! What do you want?
Would you be interested in signing a petition?
My mother at the door.
Why would your mother be at the door? She can fly right through the window on her broom.
Say one more crack about my mother, George Simpson, and you'll regret it the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah?
You heard me.
The radio station might close down.
I suppose your mother is a rose. Every time she sticks her big nose in this house, there's trouble.
At least you don't lie around in bed till noon every day like yours.
Oh, is that so?
You're darn right it's so.
Permanently.
My mother cooks a meal for us once in a while, doesn't she?
That's another thing I got against her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd have nothing to listen to.
As far as I'm concerned, you can tell that old battle axe to stay home.
Oh, an old battle axe, is she? Well, I'll show you. Oh, Madam Weaze, not that. Don't throw that.
Ha! Missed me again. Now, what was it you wanted, Bud?
Nothing anymore. That was your radio she just threw at you.
Oh, Dennis, this is wonderful. Over 400 names on your petition. Must have taken you hours.
No, I got them all in a few minutes.
The whole 400?
Sure, it was a cinch once I got to the cemetery.
The cemetery? You mean you copied them off the tombstone?
Why not? I figure if our mayor lets them vote every year, they can sign a petition.
But didn't you get any living people to sign it?
No, that's the one type of person I was unsuccessful with.
Oh, my golly, and I only got 2 names myself. Well, what are we going to do?
Well, your father just told me it's too late to do anything now anyway. All the actors have quit the station. They couldn't go on the air if they wanted to.
All right. Then we'll be actors.
Huh?
We'll work for nothing just so the station can stay on and maybe attract some business.
Us? You and me?
Sure. You're talented. Why, you can talk in dozens of languages. I've heard you.
Yeah, but there's one slight drawback.
What?
I never know what I'm saying.
What of it?
Yeah, who can tell? In radio, that might even help.
Now, listen. I'm going to write a script for it. A playlist. I'll write it so it'll show off those wonderful foreign accents of yours. Mr. Thompson will be so impressed with you, he'll keep his station on the air.
Well, gee, Mildred.
Oh, please, Dennis. Think how badly Daddy will feel if he has to confess to Mother that he lost that $100.
I doubt if he'd feel anything after the first few blows, but... Okay, we'll try it.
Good boy.
Gosh, Mildred, shouldn't we have rehearsed? I haven't even seen the script yet.
Well, there wasn't time, Dennis. Besides, they often do it this way in radio.
Oh, yeah? It does sound like it sometimes, but I don't know.
Come on, we haven't much time. Mr. Thompson?
Yes?
I'm Mildred Anderson. I just phoned you for an appointment. And this is Dennis Day here.
Where?
Oh, behind your skirts. Well, what is this all about, Miss Anderson?
Mr. Thompson, we think we can help you. I've written a script and we're going to play it together. I do just one little bit of a character, but Dennis has a dozen foreign language roles.
Yes, but Miss Anderson...
All we want you to do is listen. Now, the first one's French. A scene in Paris. A young man and a girl terribly in love. The girl speaks. Oh, my darling, how wonderful it is to have you back again. To feel the dear nearness of you. To touch your hands, your lips, your eyes. Do you feel the same about me, Pierre? Tell me, my dear one, do you?
Oui.
Now, the next one's in Russian. Commissar Dubrovnik has just been asked to take over the Red Army in Siberia. It will be cold, bitter cold, and the duty will be arduous. Still, it's the Premier himself who has asked him to do it. There's a hush as Commissar Dubrovnik makes his...
Oh, now, really, he should say more than that.
In Russia?
That's right. Now we're in Spain, the court of Queen Isabella. A humble sailor stands before Her Majesty as she asks him to find a new route to the gold of the Indies. Can he do it? She holds her breath as he says,
Si, senor, I think.
Now, see here, this is preposterous.
Oh, wait a minute. I've still got a mashu and a hockey sports and a hakmanish kanchanik.
I don't care to hear them.
Oh, but Mr. Thompson...
Miss Anderson, I'm not interested in actors and plays. All my dramatic shows were sustaining anyway. The only thing that kept me in business here was my disc jockey program.
Your disc jockey program?
Yes. Chuck Stewart and his make-believe bedlam. He had all our sponsors, and he's left us.
Oh, then find another disc jockey.
Where?
How do?
Him? Impossible. Besides, the record library belonged to Chuck Stewart, and he took it with him.
Oh, we have a whole cabinet full of records home. And if you have requests for some singer we haven't got, Dennis can imitate him.
Imitate him?
Sure. We'll just use a record without a vocal for background.
You mean he could actually? Oh, but that's ridiculous. Preposterous. Still, No, that's crazy. Why? What harm can it do now? By George, that's true. All right, young man, report to me the first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir. Gee, you sure are putty in your hands, aren't you?
Oh, why did I talk myself into doing this thing anyway? It's just fantastic.
Now, don't worry about a thing, Mr. Thompson. We'll put it across for you, won't we, Mr. Anderson?
Oh, you just bet we will. I've written all the commercials myself, and I know Dennis can handle the music.
Well, I hope so. You're sure you're familiar with the disc jockey type of program?
Naturally. You don't think I do my housework in silence, do you?
Well, if we fail, I'll be the laughing... Oh, my gosh. There goes the light. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dennis the Discer bringing you the latest and best in modern recordings as per your request on our Make-Believe Bedlam. We'll be back in a moment with the first batch of requests. But first, here's a few words from Herbie Anderson about the Jiffy Razor, who sponsors the first minute and a quarter of our program.
Friends, is your beard tough, wiry, and bristly? Especially you men. A tender skin is almost always the cause of your shaving difficulty. The Jiffy Razor will remove it instantly. Remember that the next time you buy a razor.
Thank you, Herbert's request. Here is Mullane in Middletown, the Weaverville Hockey Side High, and the Girdle Girls of Moose Rapid and Red Eagle doing Temptation. Haven't got any of them, but here we go anyway.
Here we go. Oh, tell me, will you, darling, why you look so bad tonight? There's bags around your eyeballs, which is red instead of white.
Just the way you came, shucks, I should have known that you were temptation. You smile, luring me on. Mine calls you temptation. It'll be thrilling if you're willing. But if it never can be, then pity for me, 'cause you was too poor to be kissed. I couldn't resist, 'cause you was temptation. And I was yours. Here's my heart. You take it away. You take it away and say that we will never, never, never part. I'm just a slave. I'm just a dead burn slave. I'm going with you. I'm a real hot slave. Hot in there. That was swell, Joe. And now, a brief message.
The thrill of a lifetime is coming your way. Humphrey Go-Kart in Blood is Gore at the Bijou Theater.
When an ex-convict shoots 8 men in cold blood, will the girl he loves lose respect for him?
See Blood is Gore and find out. Filled with pulse-quickening action. Soul-stirring love. Heartwarming laughter. At the Bijou soon.
And now, friends, here's a request from Mrs. George Bachman of Middletown. Mrs. Bachman writes, Tonight is my 10th wedding anniversary, and I know my husband is just crazy about Nelson Eddy's version of Please Play Jean Sablon singing Je t'entends. We'll be happy to, Mrs.
J'attendrai le jour et la nuit. J'attendrai toujours ton retour. J'attendrai qu'à l'oiseau qui s'enfuit vient chercher l'oubli dans son nid. Le temps passe et que, en battant dans ma cœur, des en
Girls, now you can be shorter than he is. Do you feel tall, gangly, uncomfortable because your boyfriend is shorter than you are? Then buy a pair of Lester's shoes today. Lester's shoes have the specially built-in electric drill heel. Makes you sink 3 to 4 inches into the pavement with every step. Now you can...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just about one more number. And we have a whole host of requests here for a song called I Don't Care. Eva Tangway made this song famous, but the record is an imitation by Beatrice Case. And since we don't have this... Well, anyway, what you're going to get is here's I Don't Care.
I don't care. I don't care what they may think of me. I'm happy-go-lucky. Men say I'm plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care. I don't care if I do get the mean and stony stare. If I'm never successful, it won't be distressful, 'cause I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I don't care if people gonna try to treat me fair. My voice may sound funny, but it's getting me the money. 'Cause I don't care. I don't care. No, sir. I don't care. I don't care.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, winds up Make-Believe Bedlam until the same time tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
Hey, that was sensational. The switchboard's been going ever since you went on the air. All my sponsors want to come back. You've saved my station.
Wow. Boy, do you hear that, Mr. Anderson?
Oh, shucks. I could have told you it would happen. Talent is talent, and I just happen to have it, that's all.
I can never repay you fellows. It came off perfectly.
Yeah, and we didn't have any of the records that were requested either. Boy, I sure was lucky with those requests.
Lucky? What do you mean?
I have a feeling that if someone had asked for the Andrews Sisters, I'd have been in trouble.
Dennis Day will be back in just 1 minute to sing Passing Fancy. But first... Grand news, wonderful news. Now Luster Cream Shampoo comes in tubes as well as jars. Yes, Luster Cream. The utterly new cream shampoo that gives you soft, glamorous dream girl hair. Try Luster Cream Shampoo. 4-ounce jar, $1. Smaller sizes, tubes or jars, whichever you prefer, 49 and 25 cents. But whether you prefer the tube or the jar, you will prefer Luster Cream Shampoo. Be a dream girl. A lovely Luster Cream girl.
Dream girl, beautiful Luster Cream girl. Hair that gleams and glistens from a Luster Cream shampoo. Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl, you owe your crowning glory to a luster cream shampoo.
The incomparable voice of Dennis Day, the music of Charles Dant and the orchestra, and the beautiful ballad, Passing Fancy, sung as only Dennis Day can sing it.
They call romance a passing fancy. They say I'll soon be back at the old routine. They tell me you're not the kind to hold, and if I'm on your mind at all, I'm only part of the passing scene. They call this rapture a passing fancy, a dream they can see the future of. But you know, and darling, I know this is not a passing fancy. This is love.
Dennis Day Show, brought to you by Cold to Clean Your Teeth and Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous dream girl hair. This is Vern Smith speaking. Good night, everyone.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Halls of Ivy, starring Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Colman.
Good evening, this is Ronald Colman.
And Benita Colman.
Inviting you to join us again on the campus of Ivy College. And now, the Halls of Ivy.
That surround us here today, and we will not forget all we before, far away.
Welcome again to Ivy College, that is, in the town of Ivy, USA. Dr. William Todd Hunter Hall, president of Ivy, starts this week on his vacation, accompanied, need we say, by his charming wife, Victoria. And here in his administration building office, metaphorically putting up the shutters, cutting off the utilities, and stopping the milk delivery for the summer, we find Dr. Hall and his secretary, the indispensable Miss Goodson.
Well, let's finish up, Miss Goodson, before we have another influx of bon voyage visitors and footloose professors. Now, is there anything else? Before I shoulder my knapsack and wander off through Bog and Fen?
There are 2 letters to sign, Dr. Hall.
Only 2? That's splendid. For me to get through the college year as a 2-letter man is quite an achievement. Which 2 are they?
One of them is a personal note to Mr. Wolfe of Business Administration, who left us to go with an advertising agency in New York.
And at 3 times the salary we could get him, I'm happy to say. With his energy and personality, he'll make a fine... what is the term?
Huckster.
Oh, yes. Probably from the Middle English word huckle, meaning haunch. Because destiny seems to have shaped his ends for an executive chair. And the other letter?
To Professor Alvin Weingand of the English Department, congratulating him on his new publication called What's a Good Word?
Ah, yes, a real contribution to the living language. Professor Weingand advocates a positive approach to popular usage.
My mother always took a negative approach. She used to tell me always to remember that the only word which occurs naturally in the English alphabet is N-O. No.
I salute Mother Goodson. All right, now I'll sign the letters. Where is my fountain pen?
It's being repaired, sir, at that little side street shop in Ivy.
Oh.
You always say that while the proprietor may be slow, you rather like his nibs.
One priceless witticism for a $1 repair job. It takes 3 weeks. Now, let me see. The Wolf letter. There we are. And the Weingand letter. That's that. And now what, Miss Goodson?
That's all, sir. You're through. I'll take care of anything else that needs doing. Your traveler's checks, road maps, and motor club material are in this envelope. I hope you and Mrs. Hall have a lovely summer, sir.
Thank you. And in this envelope, you will find a small contribution toward your summer, Miss Goodson.
Thank you, sir.
And I thank whatever powers may be who watch over college presidents for sending me such a flawless secretary. And now, will you call Mrs. Hall and tell her I'm on my way?
She knows, sir. I called her while you were talking to Professor Heaslip. I said you'd be home in 45 minutes. You have a full 12 minutes to make it. Oh, you're home.
Uh-huh.
I hope you folded your overalls neatly and left your lunch bucket in the locker and punched the time clock right in the nose.
Yes, I even had Miss Goodson disconnect the electric clock in my office, thus saving the college at least 11 cents in electricity over the summer.
This is an idea from far left field, but a stop clock somehow reminds me of Mr. Willman.
It does? Why?
Because even a stopped clock is right twice a day in spite of itself. Well, the observation isn't original with me, of course, but... speaking of time, aren't you home rather earlier than you'd hoped?
Yes, and we'd have finished much sooner, except for several professors who dropped in to wish a happy summer.
Oh, when Miss Goodson called, she said you were deep in conversation with Professor Heaslip.
Deep is the proper term. 40 fathoms at least. Heaslip, as you know, fancies himself a Shakespearean scholar. And I suspect dreams of himself playing Hamlet in doublet and tights.
Professor Heaslip in tights is not a dream, Toddy. It's a nightmare.
Yes, and it's regrettable that with a voice like Sir Henry Irving, he should have a figure like Sidney Greenstreet.
Well, I'd have said Lou Costello, but between Greenstreet and Costello, you can split the difference. And also the tights.
For Heaslip has a new parlor game. Designed, I think, for literary show-offs and intellectual snobs. I did quite well at it.
Well, go ahead, snob darling, and show off for me. What's the game?
Well, I don't know that it has a name as yet, but it might be called Here's Your Hat and Quote. Or Block That Reference. The idea is that your opponent indicates a nearby object or suggests a brief situation, and you must counter immediately with a Shakespearean quotation, giving the source.
Oh, you mean if you say Heaslip, I snap right back with, "There's been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps. Love, labor, lost, Act 4.
That's it exactly. And very good, Vicky, if I may say so.
Well, thank you. I'm all tuckered out now.
I must confess, I was quite carried away with the game.
I'd like to hear you two play it sometime. Maybe I could enjoy seeing Professor Heaslip carried away. Give me some more samples.
Well, I pointed to that plaster bust of myself that one of our art students made a few years ago, and Heaslip promptly said, "Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster?" Merchant of Venice, Act 1.
Not bad. Then what did he give you?
Well, he indicated a small puddle where the water cooler had leaked. So I said, "Great floods have flown from simple sources." All's well that ends well.
That's brilliant, darling. I'll bet you can beat Heaslip hands down at his own game.
Well, my final triumph was a bit fraudulent, I'm afraid. As he was leaving, he said, "Man bites dog." And I said, the biter bit, 'tis only just, it is a bitter bite. Coriolanus, Act 3.
Well, it's marvelous. Coriolanus? I don't remember that line.
No, dear, I invented it for my own nefarious purposes. Heathcliff didn't challenge it. He was obviously afraid it would expose his own ignorance. But enough about that, my sweet. How have you occupied yourself today?
Oh, packing, repacking, calling up about the lights and the gas and the water, cleaning out the refrigerator, and fighting bees.
Bees in the refrigerator? Well, I must say you're a thrifty little helpmeet, raising your own honey. Don't your bees get a trifle lethargic at freezing temperatures?
They weren't my bees.
Oh, borrowed bees. Well, it's a novel touch of neighborliness. I say, William, will you run next door to the Quincanons and borrow a cup of bees?
No, William, the bees weren't in the refrigerator.
Oh.
They were swarming in that big old oak tree out in front, and a lot of them got into the house.
And how did the beautiful and ingenious Mrs. Hall cope with the matter?
Oh, the clever Mrs. Hall's first thought was to run screaming out of the back door. The second thought, the fly swatter. Third and best thought, our natural history department. And they sent a man over who lured them away with the queen bee.
Girl crazy, And after coming in the house and seeing you, Vicky, I can't blame them.
Thank you. And I don't remember that Shakespeare said anything apropos of that situation.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes. Midsummer Night's Dream. Lord, what bees these mortals fool. Of course, you see that there's a slight transposition necessary to understand.
But yeah, you explain it to me sometime.
Excuse me, darling. Dr. Hall speaking. Hello, Professor Warren. Well, thank you, Joe. Well, I was a little hurt. A parade of professors through my office this afternoon, and no Joe Warren. But what are your plans, Professor? You are, and you got your license this afternoon. Good for you. Well, thank you for calling, and we'll see you next fall. Bye, Joe.
Professor Warren, you got a license, but not marriage.
No, dear, fishing.
Oh,
he says he's going up into some remote part of Canada for the summer. I wonder why...
What's the matter, darling?
It just occurred to me that... Oh, well, they're probably busy packing, too. Although it does seem that one or two of them might have... but maybe they tried, and I was too involved with Heaslip. Still...
William, what on earth are you trying to say? Who might have tried to do what?
Well, Vicky, do you realize that not a single student has called on me or telephoned to say goodbye or good luck?
Oh, Toddy, I don't really think that means anything.
Did any of them call here while I was gone?
No, but...
Well, that's even stranger. They consider you practically one of them. I, being the president, might be considered too aloof to be the object of such intimacies, although I have tried to maintain a really now, don't you think it odd?
Well, yes. Oh, but darling, maybe they don't realize we're leaving today.
Oh, Vicky, I mentioned it in chapel yesterday morning.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. My goodness, they all love you and you know it. Come on now. Now, what did the other William have to say about that?
What, about falsely assuming a personal popularity? Well, now, let me see. Yes, there's the speech in Measure for Measure. But man, proud man, dressed in a little brief authority, most ignorant of what he's most assured. His glassy essence, like an angry ape, plays such fantastic tricks before high heaven as make the angels weep.
The Voice of America is bringing you this presentation of The Halls of Ivy, starring Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Collins.
As we return to the halls of Ivy, we find Dr. Hall just coming back from loading the last suitcase, tennis rackets, sunglasses, camp stove, and reading material into the car.
I think that does it, Vicky. And from the looks of the back seat, the rear deck, and the glove compartment, we are thoroughly equipped for a 3-year safari through darkest Wyoming. Are you ready to leave?
Yeah, I think so. Let me check my list again. Now then, let's see. 64, 69, 66. Item 67.
67? What, may I ask, is the total number of your memoranda?
Well, in round numbers, 88. Those are about the roundest numbers I could think of, so I think like that. But item 67 says, don't forget BB. What do you suppose I meant by that?
BB? Couldn't mean just BBs because I'm not taking my air rifle. A bundle of blankets? Box of biscuits? The bread and butter? Stop me if I'm getting warm. Barrel of bicarbonate? Cakes of barracuda? Bank book?
Yeah, that's it, thank you.
Well, why do we need that? Considering that I've drawn practically all our available funds in the form of traveler's checks, the bank book would merely be an unhappy reminder of better days.
Yeah, not the bank book, Toddy. Your bird book.
Oh.
Remember last time we took a long trip and you'd see a purple-billed swamp goonie or something, and you looked into mad trying to identify it?
Yes, and thank you for remembering. Where is the book?
Oh, it's in the car. I loaded it first thing so I wouldn't forget.
My darling, I don't know what I should do without you, and I hope I never find out. Well, is your list all checked off?
Yes, I think that's everything. Now, if you'll wait while I put on my face...
Wait. Did I share the telephone?
No, but if it had rung, you would have, because you're practically sitting on it.
Thought I felt it ring.
You're not so worrying about not hearing from the students.
Well, no, not worrying exactly, but I do think it's strange that none of them called.
Well, there's probably some very simple explanation, but we're both such complicated characters we can't think of it.
Well, last year, for instance, we were besieged by youngsters and their friendly farewells.
William.
I can't think what I may have done or not done. I've chided them now and then, yes, but I've also consulted them,
William,
helped them,
Georgie,
advised them,
darling,
and to leave for the summer without a... yes, Vicky?
Look, I won't consider spending the summer with a college president who's brooding about not being played off the campus with a string quartet.
Oh, my love, it's not that.
And I don't want to have you running out of gasoline because you forgot to fill the tank because you were wondering why the senior class didn't line up on the front porch to kiss us goodbye.
All right, and if you're referring to the time we, or I rather, ran out of gasoline in our little rented English car in Devon, was it Devon?
Oh, yes. What a lovely day it was to run out of petrol. But then you always thought of the nicest things to do.
I still remember the red sandstone cliffs and the surf and the seagulls scolding us for the intrusion. Miss Cromwell.
Yes, Mr. Hall?
I am an American. My entire family were pioneer Americans. Mayflower, the revolution, if you'll pardon the reference. I am proud of my American heritage, but I regret to inform you that being unused to English automobiles with a smaller fuel capacity, we are out of gasoline.
Oh, well, I don't think Parliament will call a special meeting about it. Besides, when you think that part of the Spanish Armada was wrecked near here after storms and scurvy and hunger, why, running out of petrol seems a little trivial, doesn't it?
Yes, particularly as we pass a village not 2 miles back. Or is it kilometers? Or shillings?
Oh, well, let's just call it a brisk walk. May I come with you?
May you? Oh, but I warn you, with you the walk will not be brisk. I shall prolong the journey to the point of dawdling.
Well, you've known me so briefly that you probably don't realize that I'm a girl guide.
You are?
With 3 merit badges for dawdling, sauntering, and meandering.
And I am an Eagle Scout who has just laid an egg as a motorist. Miss Crumble, will you do me the honor of accompanying me to yon hamlet, whatever it might be called?
Oh, I'd love to, Mr. Hall. And the name of the village is Appledore.
Thank you, girl guide. You know, I still feel slightly apprehensive about leaving a car parked on what is to me the wrong side of the road. Do Americans ever get accustomed to using the left side of the street?
Well, I think they rather enjoy it. Well, I've always heard that the American attitude toward oncoming traffic was, let's face it. Well, look, suppose we take a shortcut across this nice fat meadow.
All right. Ah, what lovely country this is. Every part of your England seems to have its own particular brand of beauty.
I imagine America does, too. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder, they say. Why are you staring at me?
Oh, I guess I'm just a beholder with beauty in my eye. You are beautiful, you know. I never realized how rosy your cheeks were.
Well, you're looking at me through the rose-colored glasses of Devon. Why, everything around here is rosy. The cliffs, the apples, the deer, and even the sheep have a reddish tinge.
Yes, and look at the fuchsias outside that cottage.
Yes.
I don't know how science accounts for this rosy aspect, but I have a theory which explains it to my satisfaction.
Well, science is always so impersonal. I think I'm going to like your theory better. What is it?
Well, my theory, to account for the local pinkness, is that your presence raises the blood pressure of the countryside to such an extent that the result is a breathtaking blush. Did you say the name of that village is Applecheek?
No. It's Appledore. And I must warn you, this part of the coast is to be taken very seriously. They say from Padstow Point to Lundy Light is a watery grave by day or night.
Yes, as witness the Spanish Armada.
Yes.
Miss Cromwell, Victoria.
Yes, William?
Do you think you would like America?
Why? But what an odd question. I'm sure I would, but why do you...
Oh, just keep it in mind and think it over. I may have another question. A more or less related question to ask you on the...
Telephone, darling.
No, not on the telephone. Darling? Did you call me darling? Miss Cromwell, are you...
William, honey, it's the telephone. Answer the phone.
The telephone ring way out here. The telephone. Yes.
I'm sorry to bring you back from wherever you were, darling. You had such a blissful expression on your face.
Well, I was in Devon with you. And a happier combination never existed, at least until you married me.
Maybe it's a student.
Oh. Dr. Hall's residence? Yes. Who? Archie Scott, a sophomore, yes?
See what I tell you.
I see, Mr. Scott. No, I'm sorry. I'm making no further appointments. I'm leaving on my vacation, as I announced in chapel yesterday. You'd forgotten that. I see. Well, I'd suggest you see your faculty advisor. Yes, goodbye.
Well, no good luck and Godspeed?
No. The young man wanted to consult me about a change of courses. He'd heard me announce our departure, but it has slipped his mind. Mind. I use the word so loosely, it is in danger of falling out of the sentence.
Don't be bitter, dear. Now, here's your hat, here are the keys to the car, and goodbye, number 1 faculty row. Toddy, we're on our way. Now, wave goodbye to Wellman Hall. It won't wave back, but no Wellman has time for little frivolities.
I'm sorry, my darling. It was just the thought of departing without a friendly pat on the head from at least one student.
William, look. What's going on? The road's blocked off ahead.
Hey there, what's the matter? Something wrong?
It's him. It's Dr. Hall. Yes, Dr. Hall, there is something wrong.
What is it, Jimmy? What's wrong?
Well, the art department was making up a beautiful scroll for us to wish you a wonderful summer and thanks for everything, but some idiot spilled a bottle of ink over it. We talked him out of shooting himself. I don't know why. But all we could do then was stop you on your way and say goodbye.
Well, thank you. Thank you all very much.
You just kept Dr. Hall from shooting himself, too.
Well, I haven't got a speech ready, Dr. Hall and Mrs. Hall, but speaking for everybody in this academy of yours, I can say we wish you a wonderfully happy vacation, and if you've got room for it among your luggage, you're taking the affectionate regards of everybody with you. take care of yourselves because we'll need you in September. May we sing you on your way, sir?
Oh, you may indeed. And thank you again.
Not too good now, or we may decide to stay.
Okay, everybody, the Ivy Alma Mater for a couple of friends.
Oh, we love the halls of ivy that surround us here today, and we will not forget though we be far, far away. Through the hallowed halls of ivy, every voice will bid farewell, and shimmer off in twilight like heroes vesper bell. One day hush will fall, the footsteps of us all will echo and disappear. But as we sadly start on journeys far apart, the part of every heart will linger here in the sacred hall of ivy, where we live and let you know that who is he who is
William, didn't Shakespeare have a word about this?
Oh, yes, my love, in The Tempest, remember? Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Good night.
Played by Lee Patrick, and Jimmy was Gil Stratton Jr. Tonight's script was written by Don Quinn. Music was composed and conducted by Henry Russell. Ken Carpenter speaking.
Oh, we love the halls of ivy that surround us here today.
This production of The Halls of Ivy was broadcast with an actual audience present in the studio.
The Ford Dealers of America presents The Fred Allen Show. Show with Fred's guests Rudy Vallee, Portland Hopper, Minerva Pius, Peter Donald, Parker Fenley, the DeMarco Sisters, and Al Goodman and his orchestra.
And this is Kenny Delmar saying, I've ridden in a new Ford truck. How about you?
And the Ford dealer who was showing it off told me a thing or two about these great new trucks. They're all bonus built extra strong to last longer. They have powerful new engines, $1 million cab that sets a new high in comfort for the driver. And the new line of Ford trucks has 139 different models, including the biggest trucks Ford has ever built. For all the facts on the hottest line of trucks on the road, see your Ford dealer. Sunday night again, and here comes Fred Allen rolling along in his new Ford to keep his weekly date at the corner of Main Street. As Fred parks his Ford, he hears a voice say,
Mr. Allen!
Oh, Portland, hey. I'm a little late again, Portland. Have you been waiting long?
No, I was looking at that big movie sign across the street.
What sign?
It says, The Lucky Stiff, produced by Jack Benny.
The Lucky Stiff?
Uh-huh. It's a new picture.
After the horn blows at midnight, I guess the only way Benny can get his name on a picture is to produce it.
Have you seen Jack lately?
The last time I saw Mr. Benny, he was worried about where the government was going to get the money to pay the president's increase in salary. And then one day, Mr. Benny got a letter from the income tax department, and he knew where they were going to go.
You mean Jack?
Today he is better known as No Jack Benny.
You'd better be careful. Jack will get even with you.
Oh, get even with. Benny isn't allowed to mention my name anymore, you know. He has to tell jokes about Sam Spade now. But always remember, NBC is still the top network, Portland. That other outfit is the Snug Harbor of radio. It's becoming a home for old radio actors. They give them Social Security and put them away on a certain...
If you keep talking, your Hooper rating will go down.
Hooper rating. You know what President Truman said after the election.
What?
President Truman said, I wouldn't leave another poll if I saw it in front of a barber shop.
How do they figure out the Hooper rating?
Well, nobody really knows, Portland. There's a lot of people in rocking chairs, I understand, who do it. The way Hooper works it, he can look in a pet shop window and tell you how many wags there are in a dog's tail. That's the system he uses. But enough about the indefinite. I think I'll get a paper, Portland.
Let's take a walk down Main Street.
A swell idea. Let's get going.
What does the paper say?
Well, this page, I just fortunately turned to this page, is full of ads. Look.
Walter Thornton Models.
You know, when I quit radio, I think I'll go back modeling for Walter Thornton.
You were a model?
Oh, yes. I used to, only from the knees down. I used to model bulldog shoes. But from wearing the bulldog shoes too tight, my left foot got distemper. What could I do? I had to go into radio. What's this next ad here?
Uncle Sam's Umbrellas. Born in New York and raised all over.
Say, here's something. Look at this. American Woman's Voluntary Services awards honors for outstanding achievements by women.
Who are some of the outstanding women?
Oh, well, I wouldn't know offhand. I tell you what, though, let's ask some people now as we're walking down Main Street. This man coming along with the burlap muffler. Pardon me, brother.
Claghorn, say Claghorn's the name, son. Senator Claghorn, that is.
Oh, Senator.
Shoot it to me, son. What's on your mind? I'm busy as a man with one tooth trying to eat an olive.
You're busy?
Yeah. The government is cutting down expenses. I'm heading the committee for paper conservation.
Paper conservation?
We tried taking the pages out of old congressional records and making them into Dixie cups.
Dixie cups?
It wouldn't work.
Why not?
Them records was filled with congressmen's speeches.
Well, why couldn't the congressman's speeches be made into Dixie cups?
They wouldn't hold water.
Oh, I see.
Don't let that get out, son.
No?
Drew Pearson will go to town.
Drew Pearson? I'll keep it under my hat, and I have another hat for Sundays. I'll put it in. Say, what else is keeping you busy, Senator?
Well, I'm head of that hay lift. Trying bales of hay out to them 4 steers in the blizzard. It's the least Congress can do. Son, we owe our success to a steer.
You owe your success to a steer?
Where would Congress be without the old bull?
Well, tell me, Senator, what are some of women's outstanding achievements?
Well, son, in America, the hand that rocked the cradle of liberty was a woman's hand.
True.
There are many famous women.
Yeah?
There's Lucy Monroe, the mother of the Monroe Doctrine. And there's Martha Washington, the mother of the nicotine. And there's Florence Nightingale, the mother of the Audubon Society.
Well, who is the outstanding woman, Senator?
In the South, the woman who has done the most for mankind is Chloe.
Chloe?
Yeah, Chloe went into a swamp and kept her mouth shut for 20 years. Son, every woman should follow Chloe's example.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Senator. If all the women ran into swamps, there would be no women left in the nation.
I know.
But a nation with no women, what would it be?
Stagnation. So long. So long, ladies.
Well, come on, Portland. What are you looking at?
The sign in the liquor store.
What sign?
These two men drinking brandy.
Brandy?
It says, which twin has the pony?
Oh, that has to be the last of the pony. Say, look who's coming across the street.
Titus Moody.
Hi, Mr. Moody.
Howdy, bud.
Say, are your eyes bloodshot?
No.
Well, they say they look all red.
I know. For breakfast, I had a mess of beans.
Uh-huh.
I was eating the beans with a short knife.
A short knife, eh?
Bending over the plate to load up the knife.
Yes?
My glasses fell off into the ketchup.
Oh, then your eyes aren't bloodshot.
No, it's ketchup on the glasses.
Oh, I see. Oh, look, one of your eyes has a brown pupil.
Oh, that's a bean. It's stuck on my eyelid. Cast it out.
Yes.
Oh, if it ain't one thing with me, it ain't long before it will be.
I assume that you've got trouble?
Yes, I just sent back my mail order catalog.
Oh, really?
I'm finished doing business through the mail.
Why?
If I'm getting a rookin', I'm getting my rookin' face to face.
Why are you so bitter about the mail?
Well, last spring, Miss Moody, she sent away for a bottle of Scalp King hair tonic and a bottle of Presto lawn stimulator.
Uh-huh.
Well, the mail order house sent 2-gallon jugs with no labels on them.
Well, she didn't know which jug was the hair tonic and which was the lawn stimulator?
That's right. But Miss Moody, she took a guess.
Uh-huh.
She rubbed one jug on her scalp.
Yes.
And the other jug she sprayed on the front lawn.
What happened?
Today, Miss Moody has grass sideburns.
And?
Our whole front lawn is a blonde pompadour.
Well, Titus, what do you think? If you get any dandruff on your lawn, let me know. I've got something that's good for that. Titus, what do you think about women's achievements?
Why, speaking of females, calls to mind the greatest martyr that the world has ever known.
Ah, yes, the greatest martyr. You mean Joan of Arc?
I mean Elsie the cow.
Elsie the cow is a martyr?
Down through the years, she's not only stood for a lot more than most people.
Yeah?
But Elsie's had more things pulled on her.
Let's go, Portland. Don't lag behind like
I
that.
was just looking in this office.
What office?
It says Jones Brothers Tree Surgeons. We have branches everywhere.
I knew a tree surgeon one time. He fell out of a patient and broke his leg. Sad case.
Look who's coming out of the little picture theater.
Mrs. Nussbaum. Mrs. Nussbaum, are you speaking French?
Who knows what I'm speaking?
Well, you're excited. Calm down now. Did something happen in the theater?
But I'm going inside thinking it is playing the Schnook Pit.
The Schnook Pit.
It's coming on a picture. Le Petit Fille de Tromboniste.
What is that?
The trombone player's granddaughter.
Oh.
It's a French picture.
Oh, a French picture. I see.
Up top, while the actors are parley-voosing in French.
Yes.
Down below, it's flashing on in English subtitles.
Oh, the subtitles. It sounds confusing.
Oh, I'm looking down to seeing what he's doing in English.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking up. It's too late.
It's too late?
Yes, and friends, they are finished doing it.
Oh, well, tell me, Mrs. Nussbaum, about women's achievement.
Oh, always women are achieving.
Achieving, huh? Can you name a few outstanding women?
Well, quickly, I'm calling to mind Babette Gittleman.
Well, who is Babette Gittleman?
Babette Gittleman is the first woman at Miami to use for reading on the beach a sloped magnifying glass.
Good.
And Rudy Vallee,
Another famous woman?
the first woman in Far Rockaway to switch from seltzer to plain water. And Ming Tai Rappaport, the first woman in the Bronx eating herring with chopsticks.
Well, these are all women of achievement indeed. But what woman now, in your estimation, Mrs. Nussbaum, has made the greatest achievement?
Evelyn with the magic violin.
And Evelyn's greatest achievement?
For 20 years, she's keeping Silk Fatale working, thank you.
Portland, you know, walking down Main Street at night is like taking a shortcut through a psychopathic ward.
You haven't found out much about women's achievement.
I sure haven't. Well, I'll try one more character for luck. This little man coming along with the green cutaway coat and the high hat. Hey, chum.
You don't get your hands up with your dick. I never seen this. What the hell?
Hey, Ajax Cassidy.
Stand back, me boy, and admire a well-dressed man.
Ajax, I must say that you are a beau brummel.
Nolan the Undertaker just paid me the finest compliment of the day.
Nolan the Undertaker?
Nolan says, Cassidy, if you drop dead in front of me funeral parlor, I could lay you in a casket just the way you are. You wouldn't have to touch your hands here.
Well, that's some compliment.
Yep. He says the embalming fluid would give you some color, but outside of that, I have no suggestions.
Well, tell me, Ajax, why are you dressed up?
Oh, you don't know. I was invited to the dedication.
What dedication?
The mayor dedicated a sewer over in Queens.
A sewer?
Oh, me boy, what a sight it was. The mayor in his full dress suit and his white hip boots, standing there in mock up to his fraternity pin. Lifting up the solid gold manhole cover.
Yes.
And as his honor looked down into the sewer to start the dedication.
Yes.
The Department of Sanitation band started playing These Foolish Things Remind Me of You.
Well, I hate to cut this short, Ajax, but our question tonight is about women and their achievement.
Sure, me boy. Today there's only one great woman. She appeals to every man.
Yes.
She makes a man lose his head entirely. Many a man has fallen for her.
She appeals to every man. She makes men lose their heads, men fall for her. Who is this woman?
Miss Rheingold. Goodbye, Evo.
So long, Ajax. What are you picking up there?
It's a theater program.
Oh, a theater program?
It says Love Life.
Oh, Love Life. Say, that's a wonderful show. You know, there's a song in Love Life called Green Up Time.
What is it like?
Well, all I can say, if Al Goodman and his orchestra played it and the 5 DeMarco sisters sang it, Green Up Time would come out something like this.
Yesterday morning I did see blossoms on the apple tree. I took a breath and thought, could it be it's green up time? Then I began to look around, and in every field I found greens were pushing up through the ground for green up time. And sure enough, the bluebell singled April in the glass. And sure enough, I fell in love with love again. I started feeling all so bright and bright.
just a minute, Portland. Kenny Delmar just rushed out of the Ford dealer's showroom. I wonder what's up. Hi, Kenny.
I can't stop, Fred. I'm on my way to the printers to order the invitation.
Oh, invitations? Are you giving a party, are you?
No, Fred. These are for the Ford dealer.
Oh, the Ford dealer's giving a party.
Well, it isn't exactly a party. The Ford dealer's inviting everyone to come down and drive the new Ford.
Oh.
When you get behind the wheel of a new Ford, there's a wonderful difference you can feel.
Oh, I see.
You don't see it, Fred. You feel it.
Oh.
You feel the power of those new Ford Equipoise engines. You feel the new Ford's greater ease of handling. You feel the smoothness of Ford's new midship ride.
Oh, Kenny, wait. Look, now, if you print all of that on an invitation, it's going to weigh more than the Sunday Times.
Oh, well, the invitation is just going to say, you're invited to your Ford dealer.
Uh-huh.
People will feel for themselves the power of the Equipoise engines and the smoothness of the new midship ride once they get behind the wheel of the new Ford.
Well, when you get your invitations out, Kenny, this should be a happy party.
Fred, you haven't seen a happy party until you've seen a party who owns a 49 Ford. So long, Fred.
So long, Kenny. Come on, Portland. What now?
Did you see this sign in the pet shop window?
What sign?
It says, try camel soap for your dog.
Camel soap for your dog?
It's good for their flea zone.
Hey, it sure is nice out tonight, Portland. Let's go back and get my Ford. We'll take a ride.
Oh, I have to buy Mama a new veil.
What's wrong with your mother's old veil?
This morning, she forgot she had her veil on, and Mama popped her bubble gum.
You know, I know a psychiatrist who gives credit if your mother's interested.
I have to turn at this corner.
Okay, put your hand out before I say, see you later, Portland.
Good night.
Good night. Well, I think I'll buy a magazine and go on home. I'll have something to read while I'm listening to Jack Eigen. There's a magazine stand in this Greyhound bus station. I just remembered. I'll go... Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
It is my fault. I bumped into you.
Rudy Vallee. Rudy, what are you doing in a Greyhound bus station? Meeting someone?
No, Fred. I just bought my ticket back to California.
Rudy, you traveling across the country by bus?
Bus travel is wonderful, Fred. You ride in comfort, you see the country, you meet interesting people, and incidentally, you save $27.18.
But, Rudy...
Frankly, Fred, it's not the money. I ride the bus as a matter of loyalty.
Loyalty?
Along the road, I eat at Howard Johnson's stand.
And this is loyalty?
Howard Johnson is the ale man. Oh, the table's down at Howard's, to the food we loves the will.
Please.
I'm sorry, Fred. Thinking of Yale, I was carried away.
Well, Rudy, how come you're going back to California? You're a big hit at the Latin Quarter. You're still there, aren't you?
Yeah, 3 more days, Fred. Confidentially, Fred, I'm a teeny-weeny bit disappointed in the Latin Quarter.
Disappointed? How?
Well, I've been at the Latin Quarter 3 weeks. I've spoken to several people in Latin. Not one of them could answer me.
You enjoy talking Latin?
Occasionally, I like to sit around and chew the fat in Latin.
Chew the fat in Latin. Well, Rudy, just because nobody in New York speaks Latin, that's no reason for you to rush back to California.
But, Fred, I'm anxious to get back to my life of retirement in Hollywood.
Rudy, you, Mr. Show Business himself, retired? How do you spend your time?
Fred, if everyone lived the life I live, communism wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Really? What is your routine out there in Hollywood?
Every morning, promptly at 7 o'clock, I rise from my gold Murphy bed and pinch myself to see if I'm awake.
You have to pinch yourself to see if you're awake?
Yes. With my eyes, it's hard to tell when they're open.
Well, once you see you're awake...
I take a brisk shower, slip on my play suit, and dash out to the yard.
Yes?
Stepping behind a herd of gazelles, I enter the bank.
You have a bank in your yard?
The Bank of America built my own branch.
Oh.
They wanted to be near me.
Oh, I see.
I used to keep my deposits in their Hollywood branch.
Yes.
But my money started bulging the end of the bank.
Yes.
Children riding by on bicycles had to make a wide swerve.
Yes.
It was getting dangerous.
Well, tell me, what happens when you get into your bank?
I wet my finger and start counting my money.
Well, how long does it take to count your money?
Well, if it's a nice day, I don't hurry.
Yes.
Sort of stimulating, you see.
Yes.
I generally count until it's time for lunch.
I see.
Then I dry my finger, ring for my houseboy.
And he serves lunch?
He pulls a branch of an avocado tree in through the window, and I eat my fill.
You eat lunch in the bank?
Oh, yes. It's economical. I save money on napkins.
Well, how do you wipe off your mouth?
Generally on a $29
bill. Or if I'm unusually sloppy, I use 2 tens.
2 tens. And after lunch?
I take all of the money I counted before lunch and stack it.
This takes all afternoon?
Till the sun goes down. As soon as it gets too dark to see my money, I quit.
And after a hard day counting and stacking?
I rest my finger for an hour, don my Shantung Norfolk jacket, and prepare for the evening.
You're on the town, eh?
I usually start off by going to Romanoff's.
Oh, you eat dinner at Romanoff's?
No. Just as I walk in the door, someone starts shouting, "Look, there's Rudy Vallee."
Well, who starts the shouting?
I do. I wave at the diners for an hour or so, then at 10 o'clock I go back home, get out my Chippendale rake, and tidy up the lawn.
Well, what's on the lawn?
Money.
Money?
During the day, the interest is piled up and spilled over into the yard. Oh, it's a mess.
Oh, I can imagine.
After an exhausting day, I'm bushed.
You're ready to retire,
Back to my gold Murphy bed and my nightly rendezvous with Morpheus.
Well, Rudy, this retirement isn't for you.
But, Fred, I'm happy.
You intend to spend the rest of your life with a wet finger counting your money?
Yes, and I should live so long.
But, Rudy, you're a great entertainer. You've got to come back to show business.
But, Fred, I'll only make more money. Where can I put it? Be reasonable, man.
Rudy, the income tax department will take the money off your hands. You can force them to.
No, Fred, it's too great a chance. With my luck, I'll get a capital gains deal and have to keep it all.
But, Rudy, you can't do this to America. You're singing better than ever. Why, I heard you at the Latin Quarter. You did that song, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World.
You want me to sing? I shall be happy to oblige. Yes.
No, I don't.
The most beautiful girl in the world picks my ties out, eats my candy, drinks my brandy. The most beautiful girl in the world. The most beautiful face in the world may be simple, but a dimple makes that simple little face the most beautiful face in the world. Social, not a bit, natural kind of wit. She'd shine anywhere, and she hasn't got platinum hair. The most beautiful house in the world has a chimney, and by chimney, neath that chimney, all my slippers are next to the ones that belong to the one and only beautiful girl in the
That was great.
Thank you, Fred.
Rudy, listen to me, and you'll be bigger than you ever were. I'm going to get you into television.
But television is only here in the East.
It's spreading, Rudy. Television now goes all the way to St. Louis. This year they're going to sell over 2 million television sets.
Who makes these television sets?
RCA.
RCA?
Get into television, Rudy. You owe it to your public.
And I owe it to myself.
Yourself?
I own 300 shares of RCA stock.
Then you will go into television?
I may have to get another rake for my lawn, but I'll do it.
Good. Come on, Rudy. You and I are going over to see my television agent. He's just down the block. Let's go. Here we are, Rudy. It's this glass door.
Let me see. Sam Prindle, television agent.
Sam is busy 24 hours a day. All he does is book Arthur Godfrey. Come on, let's go in.
After you.
Hello, Sam.
Well, Freddie Allen.
Sam, you've got your hat on.
Yeah, I just got back from Chicago yesterday.
Oh, Chicago.
I had to go out and see how the programs were coming through that coaxial cable.
Well, how are they coming through?
Freddie, we should have never laid that cable underground.
Why not?
Well, you know on radio how you get static?
Yes.
In television, we're getting gophers.
Gophers?
The channels are full of gophers.
Ah.
You get gophers every place but Pittsburgh.
No kidding.
When you turn on a set in Pittsburgh, soft coal blows into the room. Oh, trouble.
Well, Sam, good news. Your troubles are over. Meet Rudy Vallee.
I hope, Sam.
What's this?
Rudy's a singer.
A singer? There's too many singers screeching on television already.
But, Sam...
People looking at television see more tonsils in 1 week than the Mayo brothers do in a year.
You don't have to worry about my tonsils, Mr. Prindle. I don't sing through my mouth.
No, Rudy sings through his nose.
Oh, he's one of them sinus sopranos, huh?
Yes, I can sing duets. 2 different songs. One out of each nostril.
If this guy had 2 noses, he'd be a quartet.
I'm no ordinary singer, Mr. Prindle. I'm a Yale man.
Yeah, well, television don't need no locksmith. It needs entertainment.
Wait a minute, Sam. Rudy here is a great dialectician.
A dialectician?
Rudy, give him a little Irish, Rudy.
All right, Fred.
Did you ever be going to be that, Patricia?
There you are, Sam. How was that for Irish?
Freddie, this guy ain't no Ajax Cassidy.
Sam, Rudy was just warming up. Rudy, how about a little scotch?
All right, Fred. It's a brauch ich moeilijk niks en ik goed man.
Well, Sam?
Freddie, let's step into the closet where this guy can't hear us.
Now, Sam, before you blow what's left of your top, Rudy here is a ventriloquist.
A ventriloquist?
You've heard of Tommy Riggs and Betty Lou? Listen to this. All right, Rudy.
Little Willie from the mirror licked the mercury off. Thinking in his childish error it would cure his cold and cough. At the funeral, Willie's mother sadly said to Mrs. Brown, it was a cold, cold day for Willie when the mercury went down.
Freddie, you've convinced me. Even though he's been to Yale, this man belongs on television.
What did I tell you, Rudy?
You'll give me a show of my own, Mr. Prindle?
Starting right now, Rudy boy. Here, Fred, you tie these strings to the back of Rudy's pants.
Strings?
I'll run out and get some balloons.
Well, balloons? What kind of a show is this?
I can see it now. As the curtain rises, Freddie is jiggling you up and down with the string. 1,000 kids are yelling, waving balloons, and you are singing.
It's Howdy Rudy time. Here comes your old friend Rudy. We know me Howdy Rudy. It's Howdy Rudy time. It's Howdy Rudy time.
Before we close up shop, here's a fact every Ford owner should know. The average Ford dealer has been in business 16 years. No matter what year Ford you're driving, your Ford dealer knows that model from bumper to bumper, inside and out. With all that know-how and his special methods and special equipment, your Ford dealer can groom your Ford to peak condition and do it fast and reasonably. Next week, our guest will be Bert Lahr. Thank you and good night. Good night.
Are you happy? Well, Gary Moore, for whose judgment I have a tremendous regard, says you'll go on being happy if you keep tuned now for Robert Montgomery in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Take it or leave it comes later, you know, over NBC.